Yeah.
Welcome to court. The court marks you present in person. Are you Itzeli Tellez Vasquez?
Yeah.
Welcome to court. The court marks you present in person. Both of you have requested this name change. Let me ask that both of you take an oath. Mr. Huerta, Ms. Tellez Vasquez, I'm going to ask that you each and both raise your right hands. Do you both and each solemnly swear that the testimony you will give before this court will be the truth, so help you God?
Yes. Yes.
You may lower your hands now that you're under oath. Is your true and correct name Brian Alejandro Huerta?
Yes.
And is your true and correct name Itzel Noeli Tellez Vasquez?
Yes.
So you're the petitioners in this case, and you're asking for a name change. Mr. Huerta, let me begin with you. Speak into the microphone and tell the court, what is it you're asking today?
We would like to change the last name of the child because at the hospital we make the mistake and they added both the last names. We would just like her to have just one last name.
Okay. And the first name of this child is?
Alejandro.
And what is your relationship to Alejandro?
Parent.
Right. You are the child's father?
Yes.
All right. Ms. Tellez Vasquez, you're the other petitioner in this case. What is it you're asking the court to do today?
We would like to also the same thing. There was a mistake with the last name and we just like the father's name, last name to be there.
All right. Mr. Alejandro, is there any other reason why you're making this request?
No.
And Ms. Tellez Vasquez, is there any other reason you're making this request?
No.
Mr. Alejandro, do you believe that this request is in your child's best interest?
Yes, to avoid problems later on with paperwork.
And Ms. Tellez Vasquez, do you believe that this is in the best interest of your child?
Yes, for the same reason.
Couple of questions before I fully authorize. Mr. Alejandro, you filed this case on November 13, 2025. How long have you lived in Webb County?
Oh, not for a long time. Our permanent residency is in Laredo.
But you've lived in Webb County?
For about a month.
Ms. Tellez Vasquez, you filed this case November 13, 2025. How long have you lived in Webb County?
The same amount.
This child, how long has this child lived in Webb County?
The same.
Hmm. So, Mr. Huerta and Ms. Tellez Vasquez, um, ostensibly, so you're telling the court that you have legal authorization to be residents in the United States. When did you receive that permission?
No,
Have you received permission to reside in Webb County?
no.
No, es que no hemos vivido como tal en nosotros tenemos nuestra domicilio en Nuevo Laredo, México, y tenemos nuestro trabajo en Nuevo Laredo, México.
We had,
Ahorita estuvimos aquí un tiempo por temas de salud, que estábamos en el hospital.
no, we haven't been here like that. We have our work and our residence in Nuevo Laredo. We were here because of her health, reasons. She was in the hospital.
Yeah. What about your child? Does your child have any other open cases in Webb County? Any support, conservatorship, possession, any other cases?
No, it's a child first case also ours.
All right, let me do something. The very first thing that the court needs to make a finding on in these type of cases is that it has jurisdiction. And that means that the court has the rights and the authority to grant your request. In order for the court to have that authority over your child or over any case involving you and your children, you need to reside in the county where you file for some time. So I'm going to give you a setting in May or June so that you can meet those requirements. And if you come back having met those requirements, I can grant your request. Ms. Flores, give us a setting in May or June, please.
May 19th. I'm sorry, my apologies, Your Honor. June 3rd at 2 p.m.
June 3rd at 2 p.m. So I'm going to ask that you come back to court on that day.
I have a question. How can I fulfill that requirement if I only have a visa? I reside in Norway.
You need to live in Webb County. I mean, I can't, other than telling you what the law is, in order for you to avail yourself of the court's jurisdiction, that is the court's authority, persons in family law cases have to live here for 6 months. So I'm giving you until June the 3rd. You can come back, and if your testimony, because it would be under oath, and if it's a truth is that you've lived here for 6 months, then I can make that finding. But other than that, this court doesn't have the authority to grant your request. If I did, it would be wrong and improper. But you can come back to court and tell the court that you've fulfilled those requirements on June the 3rd at 2, or come up with some other legal proposition. You have any other questions for the court, Mr. Alejandro?
I have a visa. For example, if I travel to Houston and live there for 6 months, can I file in Houston?
Right. You would file in the county where you live in, so that would be proper. If that's true, then that's proper.
Yes, because I don't want to break the law by fulfilling the requirement for here to break the fulfillment that I need for my visa.
Right, and those are two separate things, and we do family law here. We don't do immigration law or federal law. So those two things are completely separate. You could fulfill one and break the other. So just I would suggest, if you have any other further specific questions, reach out to a legal professional, a lawyer, and they can guide you through the process. But I'm going to call your case on June the 3rd, and if this court finds that it has the authority to grant your request, I will do so. Ms. Reyes Vasquez, do you have any other questions for the court?
No, I'm fine.
I wish you both all the best, but more importantly, I wish your child all the best. Good luck to you.
Next case, page 1, number 2.
Pamela Baez Garcia versus Rolando Garcia, cause number 2024 FLB 164C3. Are you Pamela Gail Baez Garcia?
Yes, sir.
Welcome to court, Ms. Garcia. The court marks you present in person. Are you Rolando Garcia?
Yes.
Welcome to court, Mr. Garcia. The court marks you present in person. Ms. Baez Garcia, Mr. Garcia, I'm going to ask that you both raise your right hands. Do each of you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you will give in this cause will be the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
You may lower your hand, both having answered, I do. Now that you're under oath, is your true and correct name Pamela Gail Baez Garcia?
Yes.
Thank you. Welcome to court. And one more time, now that you're under oath, is your true and correct name Rolando Garcia?
Yes, sir.
All right, this is a motion to execute retirement benefit court order. What would you like the court to know and what would you like the court to do?
Just to sign the order, sir. That way I can send it to TSP.
And this request would be in conformity and in compliance with the
Divorce decree.
divorce decree that was signed by the court on February the 4th.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Garcia, anything you want the court to know? Are you in agreement?
Yes.
So Garcia, you have filed 4 different
Yeah,
drafts.
I made mistakes, sir. And I've seen that I made mistakes, so
Which is the draft that you want the court to sign? The one that says revised?
Yeah.
That is the final one?
the final, that's it. The verbiage where it says this order is entered pursuant to the authority granted under the application domestic relations law of the state of Texas. If that sentence is not in there, then TSP won't take it.
The court takes judicial notice of your case, including the final decree of divorce. The court has heard your request from each of you and the agreement or non-objection thereto. The court has received and reviewed the newest order that was filed. The court has signed it and has dated it today. The court is tendering the original to the clerk's office. Mr. Garcia, do you have any questions for the court?
No, sir.
Ms. Garcia, do you have any questions? I wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir.
Have a good new year.
Thank you.
Next case, page 2, number 5.
Marcos Fabián Contreras Cosiaga versus Maria Guadalupe Salinas, cause number 2025 FLA 1562C3. Are you Marcos Fabián Contreras Cosiaga?
Well, yeah, yes, sir.
All right, the court marks you present in person. Maria Guadalupe Salinas, are you present? Court finds that respondent Salina is not present and the court takes judicial notice that she was served with process October 1st, 2025. Mr. Contreras, are you ready to go forward?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm going to ask you to raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you will give in this cause will be the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
You may lower your hand. Now that you're under oath, tell the court, what is your true and correct name?
Marcos Fabián Contreras Cosgaya.
Marcos Fabián Contreras Cosgaya.
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 All right, you filed this divorce on October 31st, 2025. On that date, had you lived in Texas for 6 months?
Sí,
Yes,
Had you lived in Webb County for 90 days?
sí,
yes,
Are you currently married?
no,
no,
Are you asking for a divorce?
yes.
If you're not married, why are you asking for a divorce?
no, pensé que estaba casado con alguien.
Oh, I thought you meant if I was married to somebody else.
Let me ask you this question. Are you married right now, today?
Yes,
And what is the name of your wife?
Mara Guadalupe Salinas.
Mara Guadalupe Salinas.
And when did you enter into marriage with Ms. Salinas?
En el 2012.
2012.
And when did you stop living together as husband and wife?
En noviembre del 2020.
November 2020.
Is there any possibility that you reconcile and get back together?
No,
No,
Were there any children born in the marriage?
yes,
How many?
uno,
1,
Their age
12,
12,
and gender.
hombre,
men.
Right. Were any children adopted during the marriage?
no,
No,
Do you know if any are expected?
no,
no,
Do you have an agreement with Ms. Salinas regarding child support and visitation?
sí.
yes,
What is that agreement?
Yo le paso a ella la manutención semanalmente
I give her the child support weekly,
y ella me presta a mi niño los fines de semana o en vacaciones.
and I can see my son on the weekends or on vacation.
And how much per week do you give Ms. Salinas for your son?
Le doy 700 por mes.
I give her 700 a month.
And that is your agreement with Ms. Salinas?
Sí,
Yes,
Do you believe that this agreement is in your son's best interest?
yes,
All right. What about property? Is there any personal or real property of the marriage that the court should divide?
no,
no,
No residences, retirements, bank accounts?
no.
no.
What else, if anything, would you like the court to know, or what would you like to say?
No, pues todos están en acuerdo. Todo está-
No, everything's in the agreement. Everything's okay.
Let me ask you this, just to confirm, Mr. Contreras, how long have you been paying Ms. Salinas child support?
5 años.
5 years.
All right. Mr.
No, sería todo.
No, that would be all.
Mr. Contreras, in your case, cause number 2025 FLA 1562C3, the court at this time finds that it has jurisdiction over your case, meaning this is the proper court form and venue to consider your divorce. The court finds that you entered into marriage with Mara Guadalupe Salinas in 2012, but you've stopped living together as husband and wife since November 2020. The court at this time finds that your marriage has become insupportable due to a discord or a conflict of personalities that destroys the legitimate ends of the marriage relationship. The court finds that there was one child born in the marriage, no other children were born, adopted, or are expected. The court finds that you have an agreement regarding the visitation and possession and conservatorship of your son. The court hereby appoints both you and Ms. Salinas as joint managing conservators, which means that both of you have the same rights, duties, responsibilities, and obligations over your son, except that she, Ms. Salinas, will have the exclusive right to determine his residence. Child support is hereby set at $700 per month. This is by agreement. And visitation will be standard per the Texas Family Code, and that's Texas law. The court orders this and finds that doing so is in fact in your son's best interest. The court at this time finds that there is no community property for the court to divide. And at this time, Mr. Contreras, the court finds that there is no reasonable expectation of reconciliation, and the court hereby renders and pronounces you divorced. Give me a few minutes while I review your final decree of divorce. Other question, Mr. Contreras, does your son have health insurance?
Yeah,
How is your son insured?
Por parte de mi ex, ella lo tiene.
my ex-author has him on her insurance.
And is that through her work or employment?
Yes,
All right. Does your son also have any dental insurance?
Sí,
Yes,
Is that also through his mother's work or employment?
sí.
yes.
All right, your divorce is final. The court has signed off on your final decree of divorce. I'm going to ask that you remain inside the court and fill out the information on pages 24 and 25. When you've done that, you can tender this document back to the clerk, and that concludes your case. Mr. Contreras, do you have any questions for the court?
No.
No, that would be all.
I wish you well. Have a good day, sir.
Next page. Page 3, number 7.
Rocio Ivan Obregón versus Alejandro Obregón, cause number 2025 FLB 1454C3. If you're present, please step forward. Are you Rocio Ivan Obregón?
Yes, sir.
Welcome to court. The court marks you present in person. Are you Alejandro Obregón?
Yeah,
Welcome to court, Mr. Obregón. The court marks you present in person. Ms. Obregón, you filed this divorce. Are you ready to go forward?
yes, sir.
And are you ready to go forward, Mr. Obregón?
Para continuar con el divorcio?
To continue with the divorce?
Are you ready to finalize your divorce today?
No.
No,
Do you have any good reason, cause, or basis for the court to grant any extension of time?
Sé que cometí errores fuertes.
I know I made some grave mistakes.
Estoy tocando un fondo
I'm hitting a low point
y amo mucho a mi esposa.
and I love my wife.
He sido tonto
I've been dumb
y sigo solicitándole a ella una oportunidad más
and I keep requesting of her another opportunity.
y no estoy listo.
I'm not ready.
So what the court can consider at this juncture is a reason or basis to grant more time that's based in law. So for example, if there's a statute that hasn't been complied with or a procedure that still needs to be complied with, but really Ms. Obregón here is the petitioner. She's the one that's making the request. So Ms. Obregón, this is really your decision. If you are ready to go forward, then the court will go forward. If you need more time, I can always give you more time, but you are the petitioner, Ms. Obregón, and this is your decision. What would you like the court to know?
Pues yo quiero el divorcio y yo no quiero extensión.
I want a divorce and I do not want a extension.
All right, Ms. Obregón and Mr. Obregón, I'm going to ask that you both and each raise your right hands. Do you each and both solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you will give in this cause will be the truth, so help you God?
Yes, yes,
You may both lower your hands, both having answered in the affirmative. You are the petitioner, meaning you are the person that filed for this divorce, Ms. Obregon, so I will begin with you. Is your true and correct name Rocio Ivan Obregon?
correct.
Ms. Obregon, you filed for this divorce on October 7, 2025. On that date, had you lived in Texas for 6 months?
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
Had you lived in Webb County for 90 days?
Sí,
Yes, sir.
Are you currently married?
sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
To whom?
Con Alejandro Obregón Acosta.
With Alejandro Obregón Acosta.
What was the date of your marriage?
Fue el 10 de julio de 1990.
July 10th, 1990.
And when did you stop living together as husband and wife?
Estamos en la misma casa.
Up to now, we're still living at the same house.
Ujú.
But at some time, there was at least an emotional separation.
Sí, señor, hace 3 meses, después de que hubo golpes y violencia en el mes de septiembre del 2025,
In the month of September 2025, after there was some violence, some pain inflicted.
Has your marriage to Mr. Obregon become insupportable?
ya no es soportable.
Yes, it's not supportable anymore.
Is there any possibility that you reconcile?
No, señor.
No, sir.
Ms. Obregon, were there any children born in the marriage?
4 hijos,
Four children.
Their ages?
35, 32, 29 y 24.
24, 29, 34, 35.
Are there any minor children of the marriage?
No, señor.
No, sir.
Were any children adopted?
No,
Are any expected?
no, sir.
Is there any real estate or other property that the court should divide?
Nomás tenemos una propiedad que es donde estamos viviendo hoy.
We just have one property where we are currently living.
And is this your marital residence?
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
What are you asking the court to do with that home?
Pues yo quisiera quedarme con la casa, lo único que les pido.
I would like to keep the house. That's the only thing I'm asking of them.
What is the value of the home?
$100,000.
About 100,000.
And do you believe that if you keep the home, do you believe that that would be a just and right division?
Pues vengo aquí lo que sea justo, señor.
I am here to whatever is just.
And that's what the court has to do, but the court doesn't have any information other than the evidence and testimony that you present the court. And I don't know anything about your life or your case, so this is the time that you need to tell the court through your evidence and testimony about your case and your life and your situation. So you've requested that the court award you 100% of the home. Tell the court why you believe that would be a just and right division of your property.
Quisiera el 100% de la casa porque desde un principio pues yo recibí maltratos de parte de él, golpes. Y nunca cambió, ya le di muchas oportunidades y todavía en septiembre me maltrató, entonces creo que es justo.
I think it's just because since the beginning of our marriage, he inflicted pain, he hit me, and even in September, he still did it. So that's why I think it's fair.
Other than your home, is there anything else that that the court needs to divide?
No, sir.
Are you asking for a name change?
Si es posible,
If it's possible, yes.
To what name would you like your name to be changed to?
Vargas.
Rocio Juan Vargas, my single name.
Spell that name, that last name.
Vargas, it's Vargas.
Is there anything else that you would like the court to know?
Sobre él,
Anything else? This is your day in court. This is your opportunity to present your case and tell the court anything that you would want. What else, if anything, would you like the court to know?
sido a terapia de pareja, terapia individual, y él ahorita lo recomendaron con el neurólogo, con su medicamento.
We have been to both couples therapy, individual therapy, and are now the neurologist has given him medication.
All right, anything else?
Creo que tiene un problema con su ira, su enojo.
I think he has a problem with his anger.
Understood. Anything else you would like to say?
Quiero el divorcio porque pues, temo que me siga golpeando, temo por mi vida. Esto.
I would like to get a divorce because I'm afraid for my life that he would keep hitting me. Thank you.
Understood. Thank you. Mr. Obregon, you are under oath. Tell the court what your true and correct name is.
Alejandro Obregón.
Alejandro Obregón.
You've heard the testimony of Mrs. Obregon regarding the dates of the marriages. Anything to dispute? Or do you agree with those dates?
Con las fechas de matrimonio, sí.
With the dates of the marriage, yes.
She also mentioned the number of children you had, their ages, and that none were adopted, none are expected. Do you disagree with any of that?
Sí,
Yes,
What is your disagreement?
de acuerdo.
I'm in agreement.
All right. So, Mr. Obregon, the other thing that Mrs. Obregon has informed the court is that she believes that she's entitled to a disproportionate share of your home. The court needs to divide that today if the court grants your divorce. And she thinks that she is entitled to it because of some mistreatment. What would you like the court to know? Or what would you like to say?
Bueno, sinceramente, tal como lo ha dicho, no lo considero reconozco que hubo una violencia doméstica hace muchos años,
As she mentioned, I recognize there was domestic violence a lot of years ago,
el cual se hizo dismiss.
which was dismissed.
Los que ella dice ahorita de hace meses, yo nomás lo que hice fue defenderme,
What she
de
mentioned
sus,
about a few months ago, all I did was defend myself,
tomarla de las manos o de los pies, retirarla.
just grabbed her by her hands, her feet, and pull her away.
Los problemas personales, principales que pasaron fue por dinero.
The main problems we had was because of money.
Lo reconozco totalmente que fue por dinero, porque siempre pedía resultados del dinero que teníamos.
Because she would, the main reason was the money because she was asking always for results of the money we had.
En otra ocasión tuvimos más de 3 ocasiones que íbamos a perder propiedades porque no pagaba.
It was about 3 times that we were close to losing our property because she would not pay.
Ahorita en la actualidad se deben 2 letras del carro que está bajo mi nombre.
Right now, there's 2 payments pending of the car that's under my name.
Y yo tengo su carro de ella.
I have her car right now,
Y ella trae mi carro bajo el nombre mío.
and she currently has my car that's under my name.
Hace 2 años, yo tuve un ataque del corazón y no trabajé por 1 año y medio.
2 years ago, I had a heart attack and I was not able to work for a year and a half.
Y vendimos una propiedad en $65,000, el cual no he tenido ninguna información de gastos.
And we sold a property worth $65,000 to which I have not received
Y esas
any accounting of that money.
esos fueron muchos problemas de cuestionamientos y enojos porque nunca me dio información. Y ella me pide ahorita el divorcio. Yo tuve la primera palabra, desgraciadamente.
And right now, that's one of the main reasons we have problems. And like right now, she's asking for the divorce.
Ella me decía que se había gastado todo el dinero porque yo no trabajé 1 año y medio.
And she told me that all the money was spent because I did not work for a year and a half.
Pero yo le preguntaba, ¿y tus sueldos?
And I would ask her, what about your wages?
Durante todos los años que estuvimos casados, yo nunca firmé un cheque.
But
Siempre se los daba a ella.
when all the time we were married, I never signed a check. I would always give them to her.
Sé que manejaba las cuentas, pero
Ay.
nunca pedí información.
I know she would handle all the accounts, but I never asked for any information.
Esa casa en donde vivimos ahorita tuvieron más de tres ocasiones de perderla.
The house where we currently live on, we almost lost it 3 times.
Y ahora, pues con el carro está bajo mi crédito y también sé que debe dinero, me tiene 3 tarjetas atoradas.
And I know I know that she owes some money and she has 3 credit cards under my name.
Hace unos semanas o meses para atrás le dije que si las iba a liquidar, dijo que sí, y hasta la fecha no las ha liquidado.
A few weeks ago, from a couple months ago, I asked her if she was going to clear those credit cards and she said yes, but she hasn't done it so far.
Y ella trabaja, yo trabajo,
She works and I work,
pero yo aún así yo consideraba que no quería divorciarme. Yo la quiero, yo la amo, respeto su decisión, pero sé también que por más que la quiera, digo, yo no le veo justo que quiera quedarse con toda la casa. No tengo otro lugar.
we both work. She works, I work. I love her. I know she's requesting the divorce. I don't think it's just for her to keep the house.
Ya creo que sé que es doloroso para mí. Yo creo que yo tengo más dolor, pero si ella está decidiendo separarnos, yo le pido que recapacite y vayamos a una real terapia.
I ask her, I know it hurts me probably more, and I'm asking her for another chance, and I'm asking her to go to therapy,
Profesional,
professional therapy.
pero si ella tiene otra decisión, la voy a aceptar.
But if she has another decision, I will accept it.
Some questions for you, Mr. Obregon. You mentioned
Claro.
the sale of properties. Other than the home that you reside in with Mrs. Obregon, do you or her or both own other pieces of real estate?
No, ya se vendió
No, it's already sold,
y le entregué $65,000
and
a
I
ella.
gave her $65,000.
And you also mentioned vehicles. How many vehicles do you own together?
3 vehículos.
3 vehicles.
Are those all 3 vehicles were purchased after 1990?
Sí,
Yes.
And tell me what type of vehicles they are and who
Eh.
possesses them or uses them.
el vehículo Kia Rio 2023
There's a Kia Rio 2023
es de ella,
It's
bajo el
hers.
nombre de ella, pero yo lo manejo yo.
under her name, but I'm the one that drives it.
El Kia K5 2025 está bajo mi nombre y lo maneja ella y es el que se debe ya dinero que está retrasado los pagos.
The K5 Kia, that's the one that's under my name, but she drives it, and I know we're behind on the payment.
Y un Nissan Kicks, el cual me acaban de hablar ahorita antes de entrar a corte que tiene que hacerse los pagos y no se han hecho.
And Nissan Kicks that I just received a call before going into court that the payments needs to be made.
Who drives it?
El otro Kia es el otro Nissan Kicks lo maneja mi hija, tiene 23, 24 años, el cual no se hace responsable de los pagos, los paga mi esposa también.
The other one that Nissan, my daughter drives it. She's 23, 24, but she's not responsible for the payments. My wife makes the payment.
How much of anything is owed on the 2023 Kia?
El 2023 estamos a 4 años y me parece que es para 6 años. Y
We're going on 4 years, and it's bought on 6 years.
el 2025 se compró el año pasado y apenas tiene un año, en septiembre del año pasado.
The
Algo así.
2025, we bought it in September of last year.
How much is owed on each?
Oh, yo creo más de la mitad. Yo no me acuerdo porque ella, desgraciadamente, ella es la que siempre habíamos hecho las cosas con su su participación principal ella.
I don't know, I don't recall because she's the one that does, we did them under her, with her because she's the one that was participating.
How many credit cards do you each have?
Las tarjetas de crédito estaban bajo mi nombre y no sabía que estaban bajo mi nombre.
Credit
Eh,
cards were under my name and I did not know they were under.
I need you to listen to my questions.
Son tres.
Three,
And how much is owed in total on
Como
those cards?
1,300, $1,400.
about 1,300, 1,400.
Total or each?
No, el total, me parece que el total de las
Total, I
tres.
think it's all total for all three of them.
So is there any other property, including credit card, debt, retirement, vehicles, anything else that the court needs to divide?
El retiro que yo recibí, me parece que fue en el 2018 de mi retiro personal, lo invertí también para pagar la deuda de la propiedad que vendimos de $65,000. Fueron $18,000 que
No.
invertí ahí.
The retirement I received was, we used it to pay what was due, was pending on the property we sold for 65,000. I paid 18,000.
Right, so is there anything left in the account?
No, lo invertí para comprar esa propiedad y generar ganancias de $65,000.
No, I invested it all, to buy that property so we can get a $65,000 profit.
Right, so I can't divide anything that doesn't exist. My
yo
question is,
tengo-
my question is there anything else? Because I asked Ms. Obregon and she didn't tell me about vehicles, she didn't tell me about property, she didn't tell me about credit cards. I'm gonna go back to her momentarily, but I need to finish my line of questioning with you. Is there any other property, debt, vehicles, accounts,
Una cuatri-
savings accounts, checking accounts, anything else that the court should divide today?
Nomás una cuatrimoto más y es todo.
Just a four-wheel, and that's it.
Whose name is the four-wheeler under?
Mía,
Mine,
Who uses it?
nadie,
Nobody.
está alzada.
which put away.
What's the value on the four-wheeler?
Yo creo que como $4,000.
I think about 4,000.
All right, Mr. Obregon testified that there was some properties, they were sold. Do you know of any properties other than your home that needs to be divided?
No,
You heard Mr. Obregon's testimony about 4 vehicles. What would you like the court to know or do to divide those vehicles?
Pues creo que cada quien tiene un carro.
for each one of us to keep a car.
Mr. Obregon says that the car under his name is driven by you and the car under your name is driven by him.
Correct.
What is it you're asking the court to do, to leave you with the car under your name or the car in your possession?
El carro que estoy en posesión ahorita.
The car I'm in possession of right now.
Do you know what is remaining in those vehicles to be paid off?
Tengo un año que lo saqué, porque yo creo que se debe casi todo.
In the Kia 2025, it's been a year since I took it out, so I believe I owe everything.
Is that 1,000, 50,000?
20.
I think about 22,000.
And is that the vehicle that you drive?
Exactly.
And what about the other vehicle? How much is owed on that?
And a Nissan Kicks,
Well, there's a 2023 and there's a 2025. You gave me the value for the 2025. What's the value of the 2023 Kia?
Años pagando, me faltan 3 años.
I've been paying it for 3 years, so I have 3 years left,
$15,000.
about 15,000.
All right. And Mr. Obregon testified about a Nissan that's being driven by your adult daughter. He says that although she drives it and uses it, possesses it, she doesn't pay for it. What would you like the court to do with that vehicle?
Este vehículo ella lo maneja porque ella está estudiando.
She drives that car because she's going to school.
Quiero que ella lo siga teniendo porque yo lo pago, yo pagué el down payment y yo hago los pagos.
I would like her to keep it because I paid the down payment and I make the payment.
So you're asking for the court to award that vehicle to you and that you will continue making any and all payments and that you will then lend it to your daughter.
Correct.
And Mr. Obregon mentions a four-wheeler. What would you like the court to know or do about that four-wheeler?
Ir con ella.
He can keep it.
Right, Mr. Obregon also told the court that there's some debt, some credit card debt that the court should divide. What should the court know about that debt?
Sí, son 2 o 3 tarjetas que se deben como 1,100 y pues yo estoy dispuesta a pagarlas, que me las deje que yo las pague. No hay problema.
It's 3 credit cards. There's about $1,100 that are owed, and if I can keep those, I can go ahead and pay.
And you heard his last request. He said that the court shouldn't award you the home. He has nowhere to live. What would you like to respond to that? Yes, this is your opportunity.
Él tiene como 15,500 en efectivo, que era nuestro ahorro. Él lo tiene en efectivo cash. Yo
Yeah.
le digo que ese dinero lo puedo usar como para un apartamento.
He has like $15,500 that he has cash. That was our savings, and I tell him that he can use that to get an apartment.
See, this is my concern, Ms. Obregon. When I ask you if there's anything else that the court should divide, you didn't inform the court of the other properties, 4 vehicles, credit card debt, and now I'm learning about some undisclosed bank account containing 15,000.
Tiene cash, él lo tiene guardado.
No, he has it cash. He has it in pocket.
Like under a mattress at home, or how does what do you mean?
Yeah, something like that.
And how what is the basis of your information and understanding about that money? In other words, this idea that this money exists. How do you know that?
Siempre estuvo ahí para comprar otra. Como vivimos en un rancho, necesitamos una troquita. Entonces nunca hemos comprado la troca. Siempre cuando salga una buena oferta, cuando salga una buena oferta.
Because we years back we sold a truck, and the money was saved there for whatever. Because since we live in a ranch, we need to buy a truck, and we would always be like, oh, when a good opportunity comes up, when a good opportunity comes up.
And how do you know that that money was in fact saved? Have you seen it? Did he disclose that? How do you?
Él lo agarró.
We had it in a drawer, but when we had our problem, he took it.
And when was the last time that you knew the amount and that the money was there?
In October.
Right now, so other than this now disclosed money, is there any other property or information that the court should divide?
Que no tiene.
I don't believe so.
Mr. Obregon, Ms. Obregon says that you're in possession of $15,000. That's marital property. What would you like the court to know about that?
No,
No,
el dinero, sí vendí una camioneta 2015 que estaba bajo mi nombre.
I did sell a truck, 2015 that was under my name.
Lo vendí en $12,000
I sold it for $12,000.
hace un año y medio
A year and a half ago.
aproximadamente. De ahí estuve sacando cosas para pagar que se debían y no se habían pagado,
From
cosas que
there,
ocupé.
from there, I was taking money out to pay bills or things that needed to be paid.
Cosas personales que ocupé y ya no quedó dinero. Y esa era la razón de los problemas. Cuando yo pedía información de los $65,000 de la venta de la propiedad, siempre existían los problemas.
And that was one of the reasons that we always had problems, because whenever I would ask for the response where the money for the $65,000 was, I didn't get one, and that money was used, for my personal, for bills and for my personal use.
Hace unas cuantas semanas viendo esta situación, pedí copias en el banco de los money orders de los depósitos, porque pues hasta la fecha le he preguntado dónde está ese dinero y sé que de 10,000 dólares se usó para comprar el carro rojo 2025.
I know that $10,000 were used to buy the red car. I went to when we had this issue, this problem a couple of weeks ago, I went to the bank to get copies of the statements and the cashier checks of all the deposits that were made.
Le daba los money orders y ella los depositaba y luego se retiraba.
I would give her money orders, she would deposit them, and then she would retrieve that.
Y nunca tuve información de ese dinero y hasta la fecha si yo le confronto, se enoja.
And I never had any saying with that money where it went, and every time I questioned her, she would get mad.
Del otro dinero tengo 2,000 dólares.
Of the
del
other
dinero.
money, I have $2,000 left.
What is the other money?
De los 10,000 dólares que tenía, ya nomás me quedan 2,000 dólares.
Of the $10,000 I had, I only have 2,000 left.
No, so that there's a difference of $10,000. As you would use money, according to your testimony, would you tell Ms. Obregon that this money was being spent?
Sí,
Yeah,
And what response, if any, did she have?
se enojaba. La última reparación del techo fue hace un mes, tuve que pagar una cantidad para que nos repararan el techo de la casa. Lo ocupé en cosas de la casa, cosas que se necesitaban.
last time we had a roof repair was about a month ago. I used that money for things for the house.
Okay, so the court has heard testimony as to the 15 or the 12,000. But the court needs now information about the other amount you raised. Your testimony here today is that Mrs. Obregon received $75,000.
65, no entiendo si los gastó, nunca me da información.
It's 65, but I don't know if she spent it or she
Sé,
never gave me
What is
information.
your understanding of how much was in her possession and how much she has now?
no sé.
I don't know. I do not know.
Ms.
Yo-
Obregon, as to this allegation that you had or have 75,000 from the sale of a property, what would you like the court to know?
Que nunca tuve en mis manos $65,000.
I'm not in agreement because I never had $65,000 in my hand.
Why do you think Mr. Obregon is under that impression and believe?
Nunca ha sido así, señor juez.
He has always been like that.
Making stuff up? What do you mean?
Sí, eso es.
Yes, that's what it is.
Do you believe that this amount is completely false and fabricated, or what is it that you're telling the court?
Está fabricado y aparte de lo de la camioneta, nunca me avisó que los gastó. Y aparte en el techo no se gastó tanto, compró teja, unas escuadras, fue alrededor de $350 que fue el de la teja el señor.
It's completely fabricated. And besides, he spent like, the roof repair, it was about 350. He bought some shingles and that was about it.
All right, any last words before the court makes a decision, Mrs. Obregon?
No, sir.
Any last information that you would like to tell the court before the court makes a decision, Mr. Obregon?
Claro, no estoy fabricando nada, tengo los recibos en mi carro de los money orders de 14,000, 10,000, 12,000, de lo que se depositaba. Nomás que
No.
se me olvidó traer.
I'm not fabricating anything. I have the deposits and the copies of the deposits in my car, 10,000, 12,000.
Well, I can't do anything with that. I mean, if they're out there and they exist, I have no information. And so it's
Sí,
a,
pero
com-
sí los tengo. O sea, yo-
But I do have.
los money
but
orders
but not
depósitos,
here,
I don't know.
No, yo sé.
right? Well,
No,
I can't do anything with that
Okay.
information.
Okay.
All right, anything else from any side? Ms. Obregon, Mr. Obregon, in your case, cause number 2025 FLB 1454C3, the court at this time finds that it has jurisdiction over your case, meaning this is the proper court form and venue to consider your divorce. The court finds that you entered into marriage on the 10th day of July 1990, but the court finds that you have, in essence, stopped living together, at least been acting as husband and wife for the last 3 months. The court at this time finds that your marriage has become insupportable because of the conflict that exists in your case that destroys the legitimate ends of the marriage relationship. The court finds that there were 4 children that were born in the marriage, but they are now adults. There are no minor children of the marriage, and no children were adopted, and none are expected. This is what the court is going to do to divide your property. Your house, the court finds that it would be and is just and right to divide your house 1/2 each. You're going to have 6 months to sell, and Mr. Obregon, you will have 30 days to vacate. To assist you with that process, you can keep the $2,000 in your possession and use that after 30 days to find yourself a different residence as your house is sold. The house is to be sold. The proceeds are to be divided 50-50, except that any and all community debt, your credit card debt, must be paid off first, and then you will divide the proceeds 50-50. The vehicle under your name, Mr. Obregon, is hereby awarded to you. You are responsible for the payment and the insurance from now on. Mrs. Obregon, the vehicle under your name is hereby awarded to you. The payments on that vehicle and insurance, you are responsible for it as of today. The four-wheeler is to be sold, and you will divide those proceeds 1/2 each. The Nissan that is in possession of your daughter is hereby awarded to Mrs. Obregon, and she has agreed to be responsible for its payment and insurance. The court does this in the interest of justice and finds that this is in fact a just and right division. The court finds that in your pleadings, you only pled insupportability, did not plead any other cause. The court finds that there is insufficient information in the record that you have provided to the court by testimony to do anything different or a disproportionate share of your property. The court can also note that if you cannot communicate amongst each other regarding your finances, you also have a very difficult ability here to present your finances to the court. In other words, if you can't talk amongst yourself about your finances, it really isn't surprising to the court that you can't really explain what your finances are here when you don't communicate amongst yourselves to begin with. So I find that there is insufficient information in the record to do anything other than this, and the court finds that doing this order is a just and right division of your property. Ms. Obregon, the court hereby changes your name to Rocio Ivan Vargas. And at this time, Ms. Vargas and Mr. Obregon, the court finds that there is no reasonable expectation of reconciliation, and the court hereby renders and pronounces you divorced. Give me a second while I review your decree. What is the year of the Nissan?
2020.
Ms. Vargas, Mr. Obregon, I have finalized your final decree of divorce. I have signed it. I am tendering the original signed copy to the clerk's office. Ms. Vargas, do you have any questions for the court?
No, sir.
Mr. Obregon, do you have any questions for the court?
Nomás, vamos a cambiar de carros, ¿verdad?
We are gonna change cars, right?
Okay.
Yes, the court finds a just and right division would be, and the simplest thing for each of you is you're responsible for the car under your name, you're responsible for the car under your name, other than the one that your daughter drives.
Tarjetas, o sea, voy a pagarlas yo.
The credit cards are to be paid from the proceeds of the sale of the home first,
Okay,
and then anything left over will be divided one half each.
okay.
Ms. Vargas, Mr. Obregon, I wish you both very well. Have a
Gracias.
good day.
Gracias.
Thank you, thank you.
Next page. Page 2, number 3.
Perla Esmeralda Torres Ramirez versus Jose Luis Jimenez, cause number 2025 FLA 1418C3. If you're present, please step forward. Speak into the microphone and tell the court, are you Perla Esmeralda Torres Ramirez?
Yes,
Welcome to court. The court marks you present in person. Jose Luis Jimenez, are you present? Court marks respondent Jimenez not present, and the court takes judicial notice that he filed a waiver on October the 6th, 2025. Ms. Torres Ramirez, are you ready to go forward today?
yes,
I'm going to ask that you raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you will give in this cause will be the truth so help you God?
yes,
You may lower your hand. Now that you're under oath, is your true and correct name Perla Esmeralda Torres Ramirez?
yes,
We're here because you filed a petition for divorce. You filed it on September 30th, 2025. On that date, had you lived in Texas for 6 months?
yes,
Had you lived in Webb County for 90 days?
yes,
Are you currently married?
yes.
To whom?
Jose Luis Jimenez Martin,
What was the date of your marriage?
February 4th, 2010.
When did you stop living together as husband and wife?
March 20th, 2020.
Is there any possibility that you reconcile and get back together with Mr. Jimenez?
No,
Were there any children born of your marriage?
yes,
How many?
5,
Their ages?
14, 12, 10, 6, and 7.
And their genders.
14 female, 12 is female, 10 is male, 6 and 7 are female.
Do you have an agreement with Mr. Jimenez about child support and visitation?
There is a child support on him, but he has not paid it in a year.
I see. Are you asking the court to make any changes or modifications to his child support obligation?
I would just like for him to pay whatever he should be paying. And I would like to have custody of the children. And sometimes he asks to see the children. I let him see him, but I would like to see if maybe he would not see him until he pays his child support. I don't know if that's something that can be done.
Right, but are you asking the court to make any changes to his child support obligation? The numbers that he's supposed to pay? The amounts?
Well, I don't know exactly how much he owes right now. I have the document, but I don't remember. I don't remember how much he owes right now.
Well, I don't know either, but that's not the question that the court is asking. So how much do you think he's supposed to be paying per month?
$375.
Now, are you asking that that amount stay the same? That it be increased, that it be decreased, and why?
If you can hire it.
I can, if there's evidence and testimony to support the request. Do you have any evidence or testimony about any wage and income information for Mr. Jimenez?
No, I do not know if he's working or not.
All right. And as part of that child support obligation, I'm assuming there's a court order that says when he's supposed to visit and possess these children. Are you asking that there be any changes to that order?
Just for him to follow the order as it was given.
Sure. Right. Do you believe that following that original court order is in the best interest of your children?
Yes.
Right. Now, is there any community property that the court should divide?
No.
Are you asking for a name change?
No, I do not have his last name.
Is there any other thing that you would like the court to know, or anything else you would like to say?
No.
All right. Ms. Torres Ramirez, in your case, cause number 2025 FLA 1418C3, the court at this time finds that it has jurisdiction over this case, meaning this is the proper court form and venue to consider your divorce. The court finds that although Mr. Jimenez is not present, he filed a waiver on October the 6th, 2025. The court finds that you entered into marriage with Jose Luis Jimenez on February 4th, 2010, but you stopped living together as husband and wife on March 20th, 2020. The court at this time finds that your marriage has become insupportable due to a discord or a conflict of personalities that destroys the legitimate ends of your marriage relationship. The court finds that there were 5 children that were born in the marriage. No other children were born, adopted, or are expected. The court finds that there is an order by the court in cause number 2021 FLI 001532C3 that orders child support and visitation. The court hereby reaffirms the court's orders and finds that doing so for child support and visitation is in fact in your children's best interest. Unfortunately, Ms. Torres Ramirez, the court cannot obligate the payment of child support for Mr. Jimenez to see his kids. Those are two different and independent rights and obligations. He has the right to, he has the obligation to pay child support, but each of you both have the right to possess and visit with your children, and one is not contingent on the other. Those are two separate and independent rights and obligations. The court hereby reaffirms that previous court order. The court at this time finds that there is no community property to divide, and at this time, Ms. Torres Ramirez, the court finds that there is no reasonable expectation of reconciliation, and the court hereby renders and pronounces you divorced. The court is going to review your decree. Ms. Torres Ramirez, the court has signed the final decree of divorce in your case. Your case is final. I wish you all the best. Good luck.
Next, page 3, number 6.
Cecilia Jimenez de la Fuente versus Leandro Alfredo de la Fuente Armendariz, cause number 2025 FLB 1419C3. Are you Cecilia Jimenez de la Fuente? Welcome to court, Ms. Jimenez de la Fuente. The court marks you present in person. Are you Leandro Alfredo de la Fuente Almendariz? Welcome to court, Mr. Almendariz. The court marks you present in person. Ms. de la Fuente, you filed this divorce. Are you ready to go forward? Mr. de la Fuente Almendariz, are you ready to go forward? All right. I'm going to ask that you both raise your right hands. Do each of you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you will give in this cause will be the truth, so help you God? Both have answered yes. You may lower your hands. I need you both to step much closer to the microphone, speak right into the microphones, and you may lower your hands. I'm going to begin by asking you some questions, Ms. Jimenez de la Fuente, because you're the person that has filed for this divorce. Is your true and correct name Cecilia? Help me pronounce that. Cecilia Aleli Jimenez de la Fuente?
Yes,
Ms. Jimenez de la Fuente, you filed this divorce on September 30th, 2025. On that date, had you lived in Texas for 6 months?
yes,
Had you lived in Webb County for 90 days?
yes,
Are you currently married?
yes.
To whom?
Leandro de la Fuente.
What was the date of your marriage?
August 10, 2019,
When did you stop living together as husband and wife?
around June 7th, 2025. We were in the same home, but separate.
Sure, but on or about June 7th, you stopped living together as you stopped, in essence, being husband and wife.
Yes,
All right. And has your marriage become insupportable with Mr. de la Fuente?
yes,
Is there any possibility that you reconcile and get back together?
no judge.
Were there any children born in the marriage?
No,
Were any adopted?
No.
Or any expected?
nope,
Is there any community property that the court needs to divide?
no judge.
Are you asking for a name change?
Yes,
To what name?
Cecilia Lely Jimenez.
Is there anything else you would like to tell the court?
No, that's it. Actually, no.
Oh, this is your day in court. I would hate for you or anyone to leave court and think of something that they didn't tell the court. Now you have to come back and redo something. So I tell you what, let me ask Mr. de la Fuente Armendariz his side of the story, and then I'll come back to you if you think of anything else. Mr. de la Fuente, is your true and correct name Leandro Alfredo de la Fuente Armendariz?
Yes.
Mr. Armendariz, you heard the testimony of Ms. Jimenez de la Fuente. Is there anything she said that you disagree with? Say it again.
None. No.
Okay. And Mr. de la Fuente Armendariz, is there anything that you would like to tell the court?
No.
You're in agreement with everything? Right. Ms. Jimenez de la Fuente, anything else you would like to tell the court?
No, thank you for your time.
All right. Ms. Jimenez de la Fuente, Mr. de la Fuente Armendariz, in your case, cause number 2025 FLB 1419C3, the court at this time finds that it has jurisdiction over your case, meaning this is the proper court form and venue to consider your divorce. The court finds that you entered into marriage on the 10th day of August 2019, but you stopped living together as husband and wife on or about the 7th day of June 2025. The court at this time finds that your marriage has become insupportable because of a discord or a conflict of personalities that destroys the legitimate ends of the marriage relationship. The court finds that there were no children born, adopted, or are expected of the marriage. And the court also finds that there is no community property for the court to divide. At this time, Ms. Jimenez de la Fuente, the court changes your name to Cecilia Alei Jimenez. And at this time, Ms. Jimenez and Mr. de la Fuente Armendariz, the court finds that there is no reasonable expectation of reconciliation, and the court hereby renders and pronounces you divorced. Let me review your decree.
Judge, if I may, I just need to update on the address. I need to add my apartment number.
Let me do that before I sign off on your decree. Go ahead and do that. Ms. Jimenez and Mr. De La Fuente Armendariz, the court has reviewed your decree. I have signed it. Your divorce is final. I wish you both very well.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Okay, page 3, number 8.
Cristina Vasquez, Alfredo Hernandez, calls number 2025 FLB 1503C3. If you're present, please step forward. Court finds Alfredo Hernandez is not present, and the court takes judicial notice that he filed a waiver October 9th, 2025. Are you Cristina Vasquez? I need you to step right in front of the microphone, pull it as close to you as possible, and speak really loud. Are you Cristina Vasquez?
Sure.
Welcome to court, Ms. Vasquez. The court marks you present in person. Ms. Vasquez, you're the person that filed for this divorce. Are you ready to go forward?
Yes, I am.
I'm going to ask that you raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you will give in this cause will be the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
You may lower your hand. Now that you're under oath, is your true and correct name Cristina Vasquez?
Sure.
Welcome to court, Ms. Vasquez. The court marks you present. Ms. Vasquez, you're the person that filed this divorce, and you filed it on October the 17th, 2025. On that date, had you lived in Texas for 6 months?
Yes,
Had you lived in Webb County for 90 days?
yes, sir.
Are you currently married?
Yes, I am.
To whom?
Alfredo Hernandez.
What was the date of your marriage?
December the 5th, 2005.
And when did you stop living together as husband and wife?
Since 2012.
Has your marriage become insupportable with Mr. Hernandez?
Yes,
Is there any possibility that you get back together? Were there any children born in the marriage?
yes, 3.
Their ages?
19, 21, and 23.
Were there any children adopted during the marriage?
No,
Or any expected?
no,
Is there any community property that the court should divide?
no,
Are you asking for a name change?
no,
Is there anything else you would like to tell the court?
no.
All right, Ms. Vasquez, in your case, cause number 2025 FLB 1503C3, the court at this time finds that it has jurisdiction over your case, meaning this is the proper court form and venue to consider your divorce. The court finds that you entered into marriage with Mr. Alfredo Hernandez. He's not present, but he did file a waiver dated October the 9th, 2025. You entered into marriage with him on the 5th day of December, 2005, but you stopped living together as husband and wife in 2012. The court at this time finds that your marriage has become insupportable due to a discord or a conflict of personalities that destroys the legitimate ends of the marriage relationship. The court finds that there were 3 children born in the marriage. They are now adults. There are no minor children of the marriage now. And the court finds that there were no children that were adopted or that are expected. The court also finds that there is no community property for the court to divide. At this time, Ms. Vasquez, the court finds that there is no reasonable expectation of reconciliation, and the court hereby renders and pronounces you divorced.
Thank you.
We're just going to review your decree. Ms. Vasquez, the court has reviewed your final decree of divorce. I have signed it. It is final. I wish you well. Have a good day.
You too. Thank
Page 2, number 4.
Francisco Ismael Segura versus Jeanette Enriquez, cause number 2025 FLA 1554C3. If you're present, please step forward. Are you Francisco Ismael Segura? Welcome to court, Mr. Segura. The court marks you present in person. Are you Jeanette Enriquez?
Yes.
Welcome to court. The court marks you present in person. You filed for divorce, Mr. Segura. Are you ready to go forward?
Yes, sir.
And are you ready to go forward, Ms. Enriquez?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Segura, Ms. Enriquez, I'm gonna ask that you both raise your right hands. Do each of you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you will give in this cause will be the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
You may lower your hands. Both of you have answered yes. Let me begin by asking you some questions, Mr. Segura, because you're the petitioner. You're the person that has filed for this divorce. Is your true and correct name Francisco Ismael Segura?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Segura, you filed this divorce on October 30th, 2025. On that date, had you lived in Texas for 6 months?
Yes, sir.
Had you lived in Webb County for 90 days?
Yes, sir.
Are you currently married?
Yes.
To whom?
January
What was the date of your marriage?
July 8th,
Of what year?
2020.
One more time. Your date of marriage was what?
July 8th, 2020.
And when did you stop living together as husband and wife?
For 2022.
Has your marriage to Ms. Enriquez become insupportable?
You can say,
Well, let me ask it this way. Is there any possibility that you reconcile or get back together with Ms. Enriquez?
no, sir.
Were there any children born of or during the marriage?
Yes, sir.
How many?
2,
Their ages
5 and 4.
and their genders.
Female and male.
The 5-year-old being the female?
The male.
The 5-year-old is male and the 4-year-old is female?
Yes.
All right. Were there any children adopted during the marriage?
No, sir.
Do you know if Ms. Enriquez is expecting?
She has children. Well, she has a kid.
Well, she has at least 2, but are you telling the court that there are others?
Yeah, there are other, but not. Yes, those two are not. But,
What are the ages of the other 2 children?
That's 1. A year and 3 months.
One other child that is a year and 3 months? Did you live with this child at any point during his or her life?
No.
Are you on the birth certificate?
No.
Is any other person on the birth certificate?
Yes, her father.
Her father? The child's father. There's another man who is on the birth certificate of this 1-year-old.
Yes, sir.
I see. All right. Other than that one child, is there any other children of, related to, or involved in this marriage?
I have.
You have another child. What is the age of the other child?
It's 1 and 8 months. 1 year and 8 months.
Other than these 4 children, any other children that the
Okay.
court should be aware of? All right. Is there any community property for the court to divide?
No, sir.
All right. Anything else you want to tell the court?
Nothing else, sir.
Right, you're also under oath, Ms. Enriquez. Is your true and correct name Jeanette Enriquez?
Yes.
Ms. Enriquez, you heard the testimony of Mr. Segura. Is there anything he said that you disagree with?
No.
No.
I need to ask some questions, and I always do because the law requires me to. I don't mean to pry into your personal lives or information, but you have a year-old and 3-month-old, excuse me, a year and 3-month-old child. That child was born during this marriage, but another man is listed on that child's birth certificate.
Yeah,
Okay, all right. Ms. Segura, do you have excuse me, Ms. Enriquez, do you have an agreement with Mr. Segura about the child support and visitation for your 5 and 4-year-old?
yes.
What is that agreement?
First, third, and fifth week of the month.
All right, and what about on child support?
He is paying.
So he's currently court obligated for child support already.
Yes,
Are you asking for any changes to be made to that child support?
no,
Do you believe that keeping the child support then in the same amount is in their best interest?
yes,
And do you believe that keeping that visitation schedule the same is also in their best interest?
yes,
Are you asking for a name change, Ms. Enriquez?
no,
Is there anything else you would like to tell the court?
no,
Mr. Segura, you heard the testimony of Ms. Enriquez regarding keeping the child support and the visitation orders the same. Are you in agreement with that request?
yes, sir,
Do you believe that that request is in your children's best interest?
yes.
All right. Is there anything else anybody would like to tell the court?
Oh, no, nothing else.
No,
All right, Mr. Segura, Ms. Enriquez, in your case, cause number 2025 FLA 1554C3, the court at this time finds that it has jurisdiction over this case, meaning this is the proper court form and venue to consider your divorce. The court finds that you entered into marriage on the 8th day of July 2020, but you stopped living together as husband and wife in November of 2022. The court at this time finds that your marriage has in fact become insupportable due to a discord or a conflict of personalities that destroys the legitimate ends of the marriage relationship. The court finds that there were 2 children that were born. Well, there were 3 children that were born during the marriage. 2 of them are Mr. Segura's, the 5 and the 4-year-old. The court hereby adopts, approves, and incorporates and reaffirms the court orders regarding child support and visitation. Those stay exactly the same, which means you have the same rights, duties, and responsibilities as before. The court finds that doing this is in your children's best interest. The court finds that there are 2 other children that were born during the marriage, but each of them have a different mother and a different father, so they are not, even though they're born during the marriage, they're not children of the marriage. That is with regard to the children. The court finds that there is no community property for the court to divide. At this time, Mr. Segura and Ms. Enriquez, the court finds that there is no reasonable expectation of reconciliation, and the court hereby renders and pronounces you divorced. Give me a second as I review your decree. Mr. Segura, Ms. Enriquez, the court has reviewed your final decree of divorce. I have signed it, and your divorce is final. I wish you both well, but more importantly, I wish your children all the best. Good luck to all.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you.
Page one, number one.
Richard Raymond Foster versus Destiny Alea Olguin, cause number 2020 FLI 362C3. If you're present, please step forward. Are you Richard Raymond Foster?
Yes, Your Honor.
Welcome to court, Mr. Foster. The court marks you present in person. Are you Destiny Alea Olguin? Welcome to court, Ms. Olguin. The court marks you present in person. Ms. Olguin, are you ready to go forward today?
Yes.
And Mr. Foster, are you ready to go forward today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, it looks like Mr. Foster, you filed a motion to enforce possession and access, and in response, Ms. Olguin, you filed a motion to modify the parent-child relationship. Is that correct, Mr. Foster?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that correct, Ms. Olguin?
Yes.
All right, let me ask you that you both raise your right hands. Mr. Foster, Ms. Holguin, do you and each of you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you will give in this cause will be the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
You may lower your hands. Now that you're under oath, Mr. Foster, is your true and correct name Richard Raymond Foster?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Foster, let me begin with you because you're the first one to have filed. So in this case, the court takes notice that in 2021, there was an order, like a child support order that established the parent-child relationship and that established, I guess, some child support. How many children do you have with Ms. Holguin?
2 daughters, Your Honor.
Their ages?
6 and 4.
And then a few years later, last year in November, you filed a motion for enforcement or possession. Tell the court what you would like to know. What do I need to know? What would you like to say? And what do you want me to do?
Your Honor, we got together in 2019 when I was in the military. We started in a very sticky, toxic situation, and we found a way to make it work. And when I got out, I moved with him. And it just didn't work. Our personalities just kept clashing and clashing. And I have an uncle in Utah. So whenever she told me to leave, or I just had to make the choice of my own to leave, I went to my uncle, and that's where the order was placed because I was gone for longer than I liked. And then we reconciled multiple times. And again, it wouldn't work. And in my opinion, we only kept doing it so much because our oldest daughter has always made it clear that she wanted both of us in a home together. So we tried really hard. And I dealt with more than I could for a long time. And I sent in some receipts, but this last time in October or November, we hadn't been talking for a long while, and then we just decided to try again, and just at least just for the girls to see me. And there was a carnival not that long ago here, but we had just recently moved here. The whole plan was to move to Texas as a family since we couldn't work it out. And we had just got here, like within a month, and we only had 1 car insured at the time. And we had a second car, but it wasn't insured, and she got upset, right? Because I didn't have the second car, so she wanted me to put forth some effort. And so I bought some bus tickets, and I came down here, and within an hour, she requested that I spend all the money I brought there, or she's gonna ask me to leave. So, and in that moment, I got up, and my daughters knew what was going on. So I got emotional, and I told the oldest what was going on, and I just left. I had to leave. It just would have caused the same cycle of issues and constant.
On or about what day? When was that?
I have it here.
Mr. Foster?
It's in October, I believe. It
Of-
was 2025.
All right, so, I'll ask you some questions in a minute. So Mr. Foster, there was a court order in 2021, since 2021 till October of last year. You and Ms. Holguin had been genuinely trying to reconcile, based on your testimony, for the benefit of at least your oldest daughter, if not both, your family unit. Your testimony here is that that seemed to not have worked out in October. So the question the court has is, what in the 2021 order are you asking for the court to modify?
Well, ever since I got here, she just hasn't let me see them. Like when I felt like it was my time, or maybe I misread the order or I'm missing something, but she just keeps telling me no. And then it just causes more issues. I don't understand. Like I provided a car. I tried really hard and can't see them.
When-
I'm not
when was,
allowed, I'm not allowed to, I'm not in any of their school stuff. I'm not allowed to see them. I can't talk to them unless it's under her control. And I just don't understand. Like
When was the last time that you saw your daughters?
for that 20 minutes I was there in October 2025,
You last saw your daughters in October of 2025?
for about 20 minutes as I was in her house, and then she asked me to leave, so I left.
And what is your understanding of why you haven't been able to see them?
From my understanding, I mean, she gets separation anxiety. She,
She who?
Destiny,
Who
The
is
mother.
Destiny?
the mother,
Um,
I think or her.
okay,
I-
understood.
I believe she gets separation anxiety and maybe she doesn't know how to deal with it herself. But that doesn't close the fact that I have rights to see them and I have my own time. And it's not like she knows I've been trying this entire time. And the whole plan was for me to get here, and now I'm here and I still get nothing. And it just leaves me thinking that they just think I forgot about them or I left them. Like, I've always told them I was coming back, and every time I try to come back, it's impossible. I also have I was told I could bring like letters.
Is there any other reason why you believe that you haven't been able to visit with your daughters?
Maybe because I'm still in debt with child support, but like that whole time I was with her, I was on child support. The whole time I was paying bills, I was on child support. The whole time I was providing a car, I was on child support. Like it was one or the other. It was if I don't get the child support, you're not getting it. If you don't pay the car, you're not getting it. So it's like, what do I do in that situation? I paid the car and I paid what I could in child support, and it just kept leading to more and more like that. I don't know. There's issues. It just led to more issues. And
So I have more questions, and I'll ask you your side of the story in a second, Ms. Holguin. But Mr. Foster, so you're just asking for enforcement of the current existing possession order.
I wanna to adjust it because it's still under the idea of I'm still in Utah, but I'm here now. And she's
Right, so what you're asking the court is that the court order that possession be,
modified.
that the possession be as though because you do reside in Webb County.
No, I reside in San Antonio.
Oh, I see. So you live more than 150 miles away. All right.
And that trick right there has been what's being used right now, why I can't see them. So, but
Yeah.
like, she never thought I'd be here. She never thought I'd come and actually get my family to come with me. And we have all these plans and all these things set in motion that she never thought would happen, but I'm here.
Well, let me ask you this before I hear it from Ms. Holguin. So you have to keep in mind this is that this court, as all courts in this county, have access to all public records, and to prepare for each case, the court reviews if there's anything else that the court should know, like if there's another child support case, or if a parent has children with another person and that affects child support. In this case, I've got to ask, were you the subject of any recent arrest?
Recent? No, I got arrested in Utah for drunken disorderly over a year ago.
Were you,
It was in Utah though, and then
so
I
it was
took care
this,
of it and
so
came back.
if there is any arrest in Webb County, would have been sometime in 2021?
Okay, yes.
All right. Now, Ms. Holguin, in response, has filed a request to modify. I guess let me hear from you on that. Ms. Holguin, you're under oath. Is your true and correct name Destiny Aliyah Holguin?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Holguin, first respond to Mr. Foster's request. He says that he hasn't been able to see his both of your daughters since October of last year. Is that true or not true?
Not that he hasn't been able to see them. I've told him since he moved in July that we should come back to court and revise the custody order, since it hadn't been changed since 2021. We've been separated since September of 2023. He at the time was living at Utah, over 1,000 miles away. He has seen the girls 14 days since then. And his thing is, I want them, I want to take them to San Antonio. And I'm like, hold up, they're not used to you. So just to hand them over, and then his history, obviously I have concerns.
What history do you have concerns with?
He has the DWI or DUI. He has been arrested from my house. He was diagnosed with depression, and I'm pretty sure he's not taking his medication. He does have anger issues, and he's very unstable and like inconsistent. Seeing the girls, they question when he's coming. Why isn't he coming? And that's why I'm asking for supervised visits for at least 6 to 9 months to show that he's a safe, consistent father, and the girls gain that trust with him more than anything before taking him to San Antonio, where I don't know where they live. The girls have never been there to his address. And on top of that, he's never taken them alone. I've always been the one to pick them up from the airport. It's always my car seat, the clothes that I provide. He's never taken them for a weekend. In the 6 to 4 years that my kids have been alive, he's never taken them.
And I think you said, Ms. Holguin, that you had suggested to Mr. Foster that you come back to court to modify whatever existed. So you're under the impression that there are court orders that establish visitation?
I knew that there was, and on the 2021, I had requested 2 supervised visits because at the time he would go 4 or 5 months without seeing them. I never expected it to be over a year.
But in 2021, did the court here in the county, that wasn't me. I think that
no.
was another judge, but did a court grant supervised visits or unsupervised visits?
Supervised visits, but I could assign who. It wasn't like at a facility.
And they did that as I was in Utah though. Thinking I would only come a few times out of the year.
So let me ask you this, Miss Holguin, you are right. There was a graduated period of possession that was ordered by the previous court. There was supposed to be 2 visits at Peter Piper Pizza, and then after those It's just graduated. There's going to be more and more visits. Did that happen or did that not happen?
Never.
Uh, so based on all of this history, what is your request with regard to enforcement of the possession and access order?
I'm requesting the court to establish the supervised visits for 6 to 9 months. If he's consistent and active and shows that he's fine and the girls are good, he could have the once a month visit over 100
Once a month.
miles.
Don't interrupt, Ms. Olguin. At the end of 2021, after, let me ask it this way, after that court order was signed, what visits, if any, took place?
I have them right here. I submitted a layout. After 2021, we had 5 visits take place.
And did those comply with the court order?
No, it was just, I wanted.
How
to
did
see
they
it.
not comply?
It was never, I mean, I was always around, but they were sporadic.
There were 5 visits after the order in 2021.
Mhm.
Those 5 visits presumably were at Peter Piper Pizza.
No,
So you didn't even get that far.
no.
Where did these visits take place?
One at my house in an Airbnb. That was the first visit ever.
At your house and at an Airbnb, or were you living at an Airbnb?
No, he had rented an Airbnb and then eventually we went to my house with the
I
girl.
see.
Yes.
And then when was the next visit?
And then the next one was in 2023, November, the end of November. Also my house.
Mhm.
And then the next one, July 2024 at his mother's house. And then there was another one here in Laredo, 5/20/25. They did rent, get a hotel room. And then the last one, the October 2025.
So let me ask you how this came to be. If there was a court order, and it looks like it may have even have been agreed to, or at least signed off, that says there's 2 initial visits in public, I guess supervised, because I think it could be around. And it's in public at a Peter Piper, and then there were supposed to be graduated visits. How did you all decide not to follow that plan? How did that come about?
Well, I mean, since 2021, it's never been followed
But why?
because of
Do
him.
you not want to? Does he not want to? What's going on?
He was living over 1,000 miles, like in Utah, like it was,
Right, but the visits were to happen here in Webb County.
yeah.
And that didn't happen because
I mean, I have canceled 2 visits, but other than that, it's because of the distance.
and what was the basis for the cancellation?
One of them, the most recent one, I had a family reunion and I had financial issues, which I did advise him that I wouldn't be able to make it if I didn't have gas money. And then his mom canceled the trip within like 8 minutes.
What does that mean? His mom called you?
No, well, she did try to call me, but I'm a full-time college student. I was taking a test.
How did his mom quote unquote cancel the visitation?
Oh, she's the one that provides everything, the flights, the hotel.
So these visits were to be somewhere else
We
in
were supposed to be in Kalahari.
the
outside of
Kalahari?
Yeah, Kalahari, yeah.
Who was supposed to be there?
Me, his mother, him, and the 2 girls.
And who was paying for this trip?
His mother.
And then she's the person that canceled?
Yes.
All right, so based on all of this, what is it you're requesting with regard to Mr. Foster's request to possess and access?
I just want the girls to be safe and I want him to be a consistent father.
How do you think the court could help them be safe?
Well, for one, the pickups and drop-offs should only be me and him. So does he have a driver's license to be able to use a vehicle? Is he still on drugs, weed, tobacco, all these drugs that he has done? Also, he doesn't have the space for them. They live in a 2-bedroom with 3 adults. So where would the girls be sleeping? Car seats.
All right. What else could the court do, if anything, for their safety? Or what are your concerns?
My main concern is like the drug testing. Is he still on drugs? Who the girls are gonna be around? Will they have a space in his home? Will they be comfortable in his home? Because they've never just gone with him alone.
All right. Now let me ask you, on your petition, you're asking that the court modify that parent-child relationship. How are you asking that the court modify your rights or his rights?
Not really like modify rights or anything like that. I make all the decisions. And I guess mainly just to focus on the over 100 miles, because that's what it is. He doesn't live nearby.
Mr. Foster, what would you like to respond to, if anything, or say in response to Ms. Holguin's requests?
Miss Olguin likes to talk about the inconsistency of all the time in between, but she is neglecting to mention that she is the one telling me not to go. She is the one telling me not to come, and that she is the one denying me access. I have 6 years worth of slander here, honey. Like,
Well, I tell you what, there's a lot of things that the court can do, but
I just
hear me out. But obviously, number one, the court needs to do whatever is in the children's best interests of the children that are before the court. In this case, we have a 6 and a 4-year-old daughters, Mr. Foster's daughters, Ms. Holguin's daughters. It sounds like the court had initially ordered some things that, for whatever reason, I mean, so look, courts and judges, they take these set of facts and they plug them into your case. Sometimes applying the law doesn't exactly fit as clean and clear puzzle pieces, because you're human and you change and you're always in flux, right? You're always moving. In this case, you moved to a different state and there was changes in each and both of your lives. So let's do this. There has been an allegation here, and you're under oath, Ms. Holguin. There's an allegation of drug use by Mr. Foster. Mr. Foster, do you want to respond to that allegation of drug use?
I'm a disabled veteran. Like, I do what everybody else does and go to the store and I'll buy a vape. She said tobacco, I vape.
Well, let me ask you this. I can court order right now that each of you take an instant drug test. If I do that, Ms. Holguin, would you have any objection to both of you being tested right now?
No.
Mr. Foster, would you have an objection to that test being done?
No, but I'm gonna come up
Miss-
dirty for weed.
Ms. Holguin, if and when you are tested momentarily, what is that test going to show for you?
Negative, no drugs.
Same question for you, Mr. Foster. If and when you are tested momentarily, what is that test going to show?
THC.
All right. So we're going to have members of the DWI specialty court come in. You'll be tested momentarily. You're under oath. So this is where your entire credibility will lie momentarily. That would certainly give the court some basis and best information on how to assess this case. So stand by and you'll be tested momentarily.
Thank you so much.
Ms. Flores?
Mr. Honor, the last case would be page 4, number 9.
Priscilla Vanessa Sanchez versus David Lee Gonzalez, cause number 2025 FLC 1630C3. Ms. Sanchez, Mr. Gonzalez, if you're present, please step forward. Good afternoon. Step up right in front of the microphones. Bring the microphones as close to your mouths as possible and tell the court, are you Priscilla Vanessa Sanchez?
Yes.
Welcome to court, Ms. Sanchez. The court marks you present in person. Are you David Lee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Welcome to court, Mr. Gonzalez. Court marks you present in person. This is a petition in suit affecting the parent-child relationship. Ms. Sanchez, are you ready to go forward?
Yes.
Mr. Gonzalez, are you ready to go forward?
No.
Tell the court why.
I know she's filing for custody of our child. 2 of our kids live with her. And the one that she's here for is our youngest child, is Ezequiel Gonzalez. She is here because she wants for him to go back home, which is not a problem with me. But in the mental state of my child, our child, I'm letting him be with me while we're going through this right now. Because of a situation that happened at a school where she tried to go pick him up. He made a scene. Counselor spoke to her. Like I've told her various times. Nobody.
So it sounds like you have an objection to the request, and I'll hear you out, your story and Ms. Sanchez's story momentarily, but the question isn't whether you agree with her position. The question is, are you ready for the court to hear your case today?
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Sanchez, Mr. Gonzalez, would you raise your right hands? Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you will give in this cause will be the truth so help you God?
Yes.
Both have answered yes. You may lower your hand. Is your true and correct name Priscilla Vanessa Gonzalez?
Yes.
Excuse me, Priscilla Vanessa Sanchez.
Yes.
Is your true and correct name David Lee Gonzalez?
Yes.
All right. Ms. Sanchez, you are the person that's requesting a modification?
Yes.
All right. Or the petition in suit affecting the parent-child relationship. Tell the court what you're asking and why.
I'm asking for my son to come back to me. He just took him from one day to the other on a night, because since we don't have any type of agreement of who gets to keep him or where the child, like we don't have no visitation, nothing in agreement. So he just took him and I couldn't really do anything. So I'm asking for me to be the primary parent, and I'm asking that my son stays with me the days that my daughters, because they're all siblings. Within the last time that he took him, which was November 11, I've only seen my son, or he's only spent the night at my house 4 days. So yes, I'm asking, he's saying about mental. Well, when we were living together, and I say living together because we were not together, but we were living together. He's always said that he was gonna leave, and every time he will be like, I'm gonna leave, but if I leave, you're never gonna see me, to the kids. So yes, I understand that my child is scared that he's not gonna see his dad for 2 years. He's been hearing that. Yes, he's scared. So that's what he's bringing up. So I just want something said where I'm gonna have the kids and where he's gonna have the kids, not him deciding if he's gonna bring the kids. Because I have messages where he's like, I'm gonna take you, Panson, which is what I call my son, and that day never comes.
How do you believe that your son's best interest is that he live with you?
Well, to also live with my other daughters, because they're siblings. So how is it only when he wants to? Is like they're siblings. Like he doesn't want to take also the girls. Like why can't you also take the girls a weekend for them all to spend quality time together? Like I just want something said, you know what, you get this weekend, you know what, you get this weekend. And that's like all 3 are together at the same time, either with me or with him.
When was the last time that the 3 children lived together?
No, the last time was November 10,
Of
2025.
And what happened in November of 2025 that caused the change in residence for your son?
Well, my son told him mommy was talking to a guy, and he just got mad and took him that same night. He didn't even take shoes. He didn't even take nothing. He was just in the room, and then all of a sudden they were not there.
Let me start with this question. Should have started with this question. How many children do you have with Mr. Gonzalez?
We have 3 kids, 2 girls, 1 boy, the oldest being 14, the second one being 13, and my son being 8.
And you're the person that's who filed the petition to modify?
No, I just filed a petition for visitation. Because there's nothing in motion, like we don't have anything set,
You
nothing.
filed a petition. You filed a petition. This is your request,
Mhm.
but you're requesting that what, that your son live with you?
Yes,
But that was court ordered back in 2013.
no, my
But-
son was not born.
Ah. So this order signed in 2013 is only for your 2 daughters.
Yes,
Is there a court order regarding your son?
no,
There's no court order regarding your son.
he was born 2017.
Were you 2 living together in 2017?
Yes,
And in what year did you stop living together?
2025,
On or about what month?
when he took our son.
In November.
Yes.
How old was your son in November?
8.
What school does your son go to?
Perez Elementary.
Say that again.
Perez Elementary. By Sierra Vista.
He was enrolled in the fall in Bettis.
Yes,
Is he currently, to your knowledge, is he still currently enrolled in Bettis?
yes.
Mr. Gonzalez, I've now heard from Ms. Sanchez that from 2017 to November of last year, your son with Ms. Sanchez has always lived in the same home?
Sir.
Something happened in November, it sounds like, and you moved and you took your son?
My son, we had an argument between me and her. We did not leave. We said I told him, he started crying. He heard us fighting. I'm like, you know what, dude? Let's get in the truck. Let's go take a cruise. We'll come back tomorrow once everything cools down. She went to go make a scene at my mom's house. We had told her, we're just gonna be here for the night. We're trying to cool down. He's scared. She filed saying that I took him when I was already telling her he was gonna go back. Same thing that I tell him every day. She just saw him this Sunday, and I told him, I'm gonna take you to your mom's house. And this is me forcibly telling him, I'm gonna take you to your mom's house because that's your mom. You cannot be the way you're being. You have to go to your mom's house. The reason he does not want to go is because we have 3 girls living in the house, which is my other niece that moved in with us, that is from her side of the family. And his little comment is just always, there's too many girls, the girls with the girls and the boys with the boys. I am not holding him from her. She knows exactly where he's at. She can pick him up at school anytime she wants. I've already spoke to the staff at the school. I have no problem. The only problem I've always told her, if he doesn't want to go, try to find a different route for his mental health, for him to leave with you, not be forcing him.
When was the last time that you saw your 2 daughters?
I see them every day because I do pass for them. I do talk to them every day. I can show you messages. I tell them good morning, how's school, good
All
night.
right, so you have
I go all
a
the time.
continuous relationship with
Yes,
your
I do.
daughters. When was the last time Ms. Sanchez saw your son?
On Sunday. I dropped him off. I told him I have to go do something. He's like, I want to be with mommy. I told him, you can be there as much as you want, dude. If you want to stay overnight, you can stay overnight. Just give me a call or tell your mom to call me. She made the comment telling him, if your dad's gonna drop you off, he needs to come and pick you up. And it's like I've always said it, he is not a dog. It's our child. So if he asked her to go and drop him off, she needs to abide like the way he tells me, can you drop me off at my mom's?
Why?
Like
How in the world is that right? So an 8-year-old tells
No.
you, this is what you're gonna do on this day, and you have to follow what I say, and mom has to do this on this day,
no,
and that's the way it's going to be.
no, I said it wrong. Like when he tells me I want to go see mom, I tell him it's fine, you can go. I've told him several times, because right now we're living at my uncle's apartment. And I've told him, if you don't want to be here, dude, if you feel like going back to mommy, you can go back whenever you want.
What do you believe his concern is? What was
His concern is this, because she did make a comment, it was 2 years ago. I was living at my grandma's house. We had a fight. We got separated. I went to go drop him off because she would let me see him. I'm his coach at the baseball team. I do everything, every sports he does. I'm the coach of everything. So I went to go drop him off. He asked me, can I still run out with you? I'm like, I can't tell you yes or no, dude. Like, you need to go talk to your mom first to see if she lets you stay with me. They went inside. I heard bangings on the door. I was on the phone. I look at the door where we're living at, and he's on the window crying. And I go tell her what's going on, what's happening. And so my oldest one is the one that told me. She told him that he can't see you till you give her a payment for the house. So that's his main concern. And I've told him several times, I'm not going to leave, dude. I can't leave. You can go with your mom whenever you want, because obviously he has a room over there. Obviously, right now, we're staying in a room, but it's not our house. I told him, you need to wait till the 16th till I get an apartment so you can be okay.
Let me ask you this, based on your situation and your facts and the history in your family situation, who do you believe your son should live with?
Wherever he wants to be. My child's health, mental health. If he wants to go with his mom,
Wherever he wants.
if he wants to go with his mom, Your Honor, he can go with his mom. I've always said
is he here?
I've always said she's
Is he here?
no, Your Honor.
So how am I supposed to know?
and-
Let's assume you're right. How am I supposed to know what he wants?
Your Honor, I've talked to my son several times.
Yeah,
I don't have a problem taking him to school. If his best interest is with me right now, he's not in.
So I've heard this now from you twice. This is now starting to concern the court. Well, the 8-year-old, if he wants to live with mom, let him live with mom. And if he wants to live with dad, because we have to protect his mental state.
No,
That's what it sounds like. So if he wants to visit mom, that's what he has to do. And if he wants to live with mom, that's what he has to do. And if he wants to live with you, he can live with you. But even if I assume that that's in his best interest, he's not here, right? So you're telling me something that I'm not hearing from this child, right? And even if he was under that circumstance, tomorrow when he says, I changed my mind, then it all changes. See, this is the thing about court orders. So what I need to do is I need to put in an order in place that's fixed, that says this child lives with dad, full stop. No deciding, no saying, no making up the mind for the child makes up his mind. And that's it. And it's like medicine. That's what the child has to do. Or conversely, the court could find that it's in his best interest to live with mom, and that's it. It's not, how do you feel today?
That's where you're getting it wrong, Your Honor.
Well, I've heard it from you
Yeah,
twice.
no, what I'm trying to say is we try to talk to him like, hey, we're going to do 50-50. It's fine. 1 week over there, 1 week with me. We're trying to do the best interest. The girls, of course, they stayed with their mom. I told them, it's the decision what y'all feel like, where y'all want to be at. The thing that he's always been with me, when she got pregnant, I got laid off. I took care of my son the first year. So he's always been attached to me. I've told him when I left to Memphis to go work, I came back. It's a thing where I tell him, I'm always going to be here, dude, even though me and your mom are not together. Where you're getting it wrong is not me telling him, oh, it's whatever you want to do. No, it's what I tell him is, if you don't feel like going to mom's house, you need to talk with her, dude. Or you need to see what's going on, because the counselors are the ones that are calling me, that he does not want to leave with her.
Let me rephrase my question. Here's the question. What do you believe? This is your case, right? You're the father. You're the parent, one of the two parents in this case. What do you believe is in your son's best interest? That he live with you or that he live with mom?
Yeah, 50-50 custody of them. Because at the end of the day, like we do it, like I just said, I'm a coach in the Little League. I coach all the baseball teams that he's been in. I have 4 teams. We train every day. So every day there's a practice. Every day he gets out of school, he does his homework. Where we're living at right now, like she said it before, that she felt that it was not a safe place. We live with a cop and a Navy SEAL. My son is in the safest place he can be at right now.
I don't know that I heard unsafe, but I guess I'll listen to Miss. I guess I'll follow up with Miss Sanchez on
Now-
as to safety. But that's
Now,
not,
I've always told her, and when I talk to her, he's here. Come pick him up whenever you want. You can come talk to him. I even bought him a phone so she can talk with him.
Yeah.
She knows exactly where we live. She went to go drop him off the other day, and it's like I told her, nobody in that apartment has no right to tell you not to see him. That is your son. You can come see him whenever you want. He's there. When whoever wants to go with you, he can go. I'm not holding them, and I'm not gonna hold my son.
Miss Sanchez, I'm going to ask you the same question. What do you believe to be in your son's best interest? That he live with you or that he live with the dad?
That he lives with me. He has a routine. He doesn't have a routine. He doesn't even have a bed for him. Since I told you since November 11 that he took him, he kind of isolated from everybody. He doesn't do baseball here. I used to take him baseball in Nuevo Laredo to play as well. He doesn't do that as well. And he doesn't, anything that his life was as a set schedule prior to him taking it is nothing. It's just him and his father. That's it. And when he said he brought him on Sunday, he only brought him for 2 hours. And prior to that, we had already arranged that he was going to come with me on the 30th and on the half of the day of the 31st, no day he ever brought him. And then prior to that, he kept saying like, oh, I'm going to take him on the 23rd and on the 24th. And since we had a disagreement on text as well, he didn't bring him on the 23rd.
When was the
So
last time you visited with your son?
visited how?
When did you last see him?
On this coming Sunday, like I said, he dropped him off for 2 hours.
And how was the visit?
We stayed home, we watched Stranger
But
Things.
was it good? Was it bad?
It was good. He spends the time with me and I ask him like, why are you always saying you don't want to come here? Why are you saying you're making it seem like you're scared of me? When have I ever hit you? When have I ever been mean to you?
So you would agree with Mr. Gonzalez that your son exhibits some expression of concern about your emotions?
When I see him, he doesn't seem concerned. He doesn't seem scared.
You just said
I
that
asked
that's what
him.
you tell him.
I
So
asked him
you're not
because
going to, give me 1 second. So you're not going to tell him that unless you actually believe that that's what he's thinking, right?
Because I hear from him, oh, he doesn't want to go over there. He's crying. He's crying that he doesn't want to go with you. So
But if you hear it from dad, why would you then go out and tell it to your son if you don't hear it directly from him?
because it's like, when am I gonna, like, why are you saying this to your dad? And he's like, I didn't say that.
And that's my point. If the child doesn't raise the concern,
But he's
Why
raising it
would
to all
you-
these other people, making it seem
I don't know
like,
why both of you continue to interrupt me.
okay, sorry.
Ms. Sanchez, Mr. Gonzalez says that at some point, your son was concerned because you either raised your voice or you lost control or somehow your emotions came into play and that he was banging on the window. Tell the court about that incident.
He was not banging at the window.
Tell
He
the
did
court.
it was late night. It was past 9 p.m. during the school day. And he wanted to go with that. And he said, well, I have things to do. I come for him later. And I was like, well, no, he has school tomorrow. His thing is like, I send them to bed at a certain time during the week because it's late. They have school, like the one that wakes up with them and the one with deals with them that they don't have to wake up. It's me. So yes, I told him like, you're not going to take them. It's already late. That's why I also want to set court because the last time he's like, I'm going to take you, Panson. And it was in the afternoon. Like, okay, I can pass for him after work. He's like, no, I'm gonna take him at 7:30. And I was like, okay, what time are you gonna bring him up? He's like 9:30. And I'm like, why so late? And then he didn't come till like 11. That's another reason I want something said because I don't want these late times. And how he says, oh, well, she knows where I live. He can go for him. Well, there's actually a peace bonding order. So, like I can't be
Who
here.
has a peace bond?
Where is it?
Who has a peace bond? You have a peace bond. Against him or him against you?
against him.
Let me ask you this, Ms. Sanchez. Mr. Gonzalez says that he thinks it's in the best interest of your son to have a split schedule, 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. What do you think about that?
I mean, 2 weeks, it seems drastic. So I would say no.
And when you mean drastic, what do you mean?
Like 2 weeks they stay with him and then 2 weeks they stay with me.
That's his request.
Mm,
I'm not asking you to agree. I just need to know if you think that's a good idea or that's a bad idea and
No.
why.
I mean, I don't think it's a good idea. First, he hasn't even taken the girl, so I don't know how that's gonna be.
All right, final questions. Ms. Sanchez, do you live in a house, apartment, condo?
A house,
Do you own the house?
paying mortgage for it.
Okay. And how many bedrooms?
3.
And who and how many people reside at that residence?
It's me, my 2 daughters, and my niece.
Anybody else?
No,
And the 3 bedrooms, how are they divided or shared?
I have a small bedroom. I gave my bigger bedroom to the 3 girls. So they can have more space, and then the other one is for Banton.
So at your home, your son has his own bedroom?
Yes.
Mm. Same questions to you, Mr. Gonzalez. Do you live in a home, condo, apartment?
We live in an apartment right now, yeah.
Who is we?
Me, our son, my uncle, and one of my little cousins,
I'm sorry, you, your son, your uncle?
my little cousin.
How many bedrooms?
It's a 2-bedroom. Reason we're there is just we're waiting for one of the openings, which is on the 16th, to open up.
And when your son is in your possession, where does he sleep?
He sleeps either in my cousin's room or he comes to sleep with me, where they took out a bed for us. He has a bed where he can sleep. He's not sleeping on the floor.
How old is his cousin or your cousin?
25.
She is 25?
24. Yeah, sorry. 25 is-
So he either shares a room with a 24-year-old female relative or with you.
The reason we're there is, like my uncle told us, they're never there. My 25-year-old cousin, she was right here right now. She usually leaves every week because she does Navy training. My uncle is a cop for the LPD or a detective, so nobody's ever there at the house. Usually the apartment is always just me and him. That's the reason we moved in with them.
So you reside at their apartment.
Yes, Your Honor.
Understood. All right. I'm going to give you some temporary orders, meaning these aren't final orders. We're going to come back so I can get some more information and make the best decision in your case. But since child custody is an issue, I'm going to hear from your son. I'm going to order that you, Ms. Sanchez, and you, Mr. Gonzalez, not talk to him about this case. Don't let him know any. I'm going to be able to figure this out. This is not the first case that I do this. I've done it countless times. So I'm going to be able to figure out by asking appropriate questions to your son, who is talking to him about this case, what information he's been given. And even if he tries to hide it, just based on his responses, if he doesn't, I'm just going to be able to figure this out. So I'm going to meet with your son at our next court hearing. That's going to be on February the 4th at 2 p.m. You are to bring your son at 1 p.m. and then bring another responsible adult to supervise him between after 2 p.m. So while you're here, he's going to be outside with somebody else, whether it's the niece or another person. Between now and then, I'm going to give you a scheduling order. Since he currently lives with you, Mr. Gonzalez, you are to possess your son from now until January 24 after school. Ms. Sanchez, you can pick up your son January 24th after school. Sorry. 28th. 2 weeks.
Can you see my phone?
And
So I
then
can see the.
let me finish my thought. And then on January the 28th, you can pick up your son after school, and then you'll be in possession for him until the 4th when we come back to court. Between now and then, the person that doesn't have him during the week can possess him during the weekend. So when he's with you during the week, then after school, you can pick him up on Friday after school and return him to Mr. Gonzalez, say 5 p.m. On Sunday. Same thing, that weekend, that week that he's not with you, Mr. Gonzalez, you can pick him up after school Friday and you return him back to Miss Sanchez Sunday at 5. I don't do split custody unless it's by agreement. So don't presume that just because I'm doing this now, it's going to happen. I don't like splitting the baby because that never works. In fact, we hear that in King Solomon, and although that baby be split, it didn't in fact happen. That baby was kept whole, and that's what made the decision good. I don't intend to give this child a 2-week on and 2-week off visitation unless you all present to me some good reason, basis, and information to do that. What's likely to happen is that the court is going to do what this law says under the family code and just give someone the right to possess first, third, and fifth weekends with a possibility of an extension. And I can do that. So that's your possession schedule between now and the time that we come back on February the 4th. Ms. Sanchez, what questions do you have, if any?
Questions, just to be added on his schedule whenever he plays baseball.
Any objection to that request, Mr. Gonzalez?
No, Your Honor.
So ordered. Any other questions?
At this point.
But one other thing, the person that doesn't have possession of your son can have electronic communication. So you can video call, whether it's on FaceTime, Zoom, whatever you want. And I don't mean a phone call. I mean a video phone call through video and audio every day, either at a time agreeable, and if no time is agreeable, 7 p.m. And then, Mr. Gonzalez, do you have any questions for the court?
Just for us to get like a paper so the school knows, so they won't be calling me when he's making the scene, that it's okay. They're saying that she's gonna pick him up at 5. Because I already told the school, but the last time the principal asked me if I can get her like a written paper saying that on these days she's gonna pick him up always, because to me it's not a problem if she picks him up. She's not doing anything wrong to him.
And you can't just authorize that? I mean, I'm
Yeah.
authorizing it right now,
Yeah,
but can you tell? I mean, if they call you as the father, do you think that they would listen to you if you say, it's okay, she can pick him up?
The reason I can't do it is because she put the childcare, what is the after school program, under her name, and I can't make any changes to it. So if we want, like, let's say right now I can't pick him up and my little cousin has to go pick him up, only she can make that decision if they can pick him up. The last time they called me, I kept on saying, it's okay, he can go.
I don't
there.
understand. If she has the right to designate the pickup, why do you need this court to order that she
That's-
has the right to pick him
So
up?
that's what the principal asked for me the last time, because of the big scene that he made at school. He had made a big scene. He didn't want to go with her.
I tell you what, Ms. Sanchez, do you have any objections to the court signing any document that says you have the right to pick up your son?
Am I objecting to any
Right.
documents?
The request that Mr. Gonzalez is asking for is that the court sign a document that you have the right to pick up your son. Any objection to that request?
No.
All right, file whatever document you want the court to sign, Mr. Gonzalez, and I will be happy to sign it. All right, just get it on file. Today is Wednesday before the end of the day on Friday, and I'll sign it. All right. Any other questions for the court, Mr. Gonzalez?
No.
All right, so remember, bring your son Friday, Wednesday, February the 4th at 1 p.m. I will interview him together with our staff attorney and our family law court coordinator. And then I'll make a decision in your case. Make sure you follow the court orders regarding visitation. Ms. Sanchez, Mr. Gonzalez, I wish you both very well. Ms. Flores,
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Gonzalez, can please provide us with an email address?
Mr. Gonzalez, what is an email address for you?
David Gonzalez, 1130@gmail.com.
Did you get that, Ms. Flores?
Can you just please repeat it?
David Gonzalez, 1130@gmail.com.
All right, Ms. Sanchez, Mr. Gonzalez, I wish you both well. We'll see you in a month. Good luck.
Recall page 1, number 1.
Foster versus Holguin, cause number 2020 FLI 362C3. Mr. Foster, Mr. Holguin, please step forward. Let me ask the members of our DWI court team to return. Mr. Vasquez, would you please raise your right hand? You solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you will give in this cause will be the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Lower hand is what is your true and correct name?
Victor Vasquez III, and I'm the DWI and Juvenile Drug Court Director.
Mr. Vasquez, did you have an opportunity or did the court staff have an opportunity to administer a drug test to Mr. Foster?
Yes, Your Honor. A drug test by our office was conducted to Mr. Richard Foster, which came back for positive for THC and negative for all other substances tested.
Way more information than I was asking, but thank you for all of that. Did you or any member of the staff have an opportunity to administer a drug test to Destiny Holguin?
Yes, a drug test was administered to Ms. Holguin, and it was returned negative for all substances tested.
Understood. Thank you so much for your work service dedication, Mr. Vasquez. Before I release Mr. Vasquez, Mr. Foster, do you have any questions for Mr. Vasquez?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Holguin, do you have any questions for Mr. Vasquez? We appreciate you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I clarify something now, Your Honor?
Sure.
So Ms. Holguin mentioned that I've only seen them 5 times since I've been gone. I would just like to clarify that from 2019 to 2023, we were together. I was living with her. So that 5 times.
I'm sorry. What were the dates that you resided
2019
together?
2019 through 2023. We were together. If we broke up, it wasn't more than a couple months, and I came right back. So her saying 5 times, like, I don't know where that number came from 2023 to 2025, because she's been denying me ever since then. And also, were you able to review my evidence that I uploaded?
You haven't presented it yet, so the answer is no.
On
Give-
the
give me one-
website,
I
we uploaded
understand.
a few.
Give me one sec. I was pulling up your case to pull up your file. I just wanted to confirm the dates that you were mentioning to the court. You said there were more than 5 visits in what time period?
2019 through 2023, because I was living with her.
So I guess the question the court now has is this 2021 court order where you were supposed to do graduated visitation. Your testimony now here is that you were living with Ms. Holguin?
It's, like I said, we would break up for a couple months and then I'd come right back. But we were together way more than I was gone. From 2019 to 2023. This for the last year has been the longest I've been gone. Because we finally decided to call it.
All right, well, let me ask you this. So there was that court order signed July 21, 2021.
We were
After
living in
that
Utah
date,
together.
why
Sorry.
do you do that? So there was a court order in 2021 in July, and after that date, you were supposed to do graduated visits.
Mhm.
On the day of the court order, were you living with Ms. Holguin?
Well, she had just moved from Utah from She just left.
Right. So the answer is no.
No,
So after that court order, when you weren't living together, were you able to then do those graduated visits?
we got back together a few months later.
So the answer is no, you didn't. All right, so there it is. Mr. Foster, I asked if you would test positive. You said yes for THC. Ms. Holguin, you said you would test negative. That is in fact what's happened. So at least you have been truthful to the court in that regard. Ms. Holguin, you mentioned several things that you were concerned with. And the first thing that you mentioned was Mr. Foster's alleged drug use. Now the court knows that he hasn't tested positive for any hard drugs. Do you have any other concerns?
The weed being around my kids, yeah.
He didn't test positive for marijuana per se. He tested positive for THC.
I don't know the difference. I'm sorry.
Been honest with the court so far, Mr. Foster. What is the source of that positive THC test?
Like I mentioned before, I'm a disabled vet and I really don't like taking pills. My family has a terrible history with pills. So, I can legally go buy weed at a store here, at a shop in San Antonio. So,
You
as far
have
as pain
a
reliever,
medical prescription for marijuana?
no, Your Honor.
That's what you just said.
No, I just walk in the store, Your Honor.
You said you can legally by prescription or something to that effect buy weed.
Because it's recreational, I guess, here in Texas. So
So let me ask it this way. Are you smoking marijuana?
I'm 30. I haven't today.
So the answer is yes. Do you regularly use marijuana?
No. I did.
When was the last time you used marijuana?
It's been a few days.
So you see Ms. Holguin's concern.
Yes. I use it for pain. Like I said, I'm 60% disabled. My back's broken.
Assuming all of that is true, and I will believe you because you have been honest with the court so far, let's presume that you're absolutely honest with the court and you are a disabled vet, and I certainly commend you for your service, and I'm very appreciative for that. But if you have pain, and it's your back or any other medical situation or condition, knowing that Ms. Holguin is going to have this concern and she's going to bop you over the head with it, is there any other medical source, recommendation, or prescription that you can use to alleviate your pain?
Not without them being pills and like heavier drugs that you're scared of.
Has any medical professional recommended or given you a prescription for anything else that would help with your medical situation?
Only like nerve type of stuff, but it doesn't help.
Yeah.
My sciatic nerve has been shot since 2019.
I tell you what, Mr. Foster, Ms. Holguin, I think the best thing the court can do in your case for your situation and then the best interest of your two daughters is to completely hit reset and take you back to that initial moment in 2021. You've lost all this time, but for whatever reason, you didn't comply with those court orders. So I think what the court can and should do now, because you provided no information to the court for the court to make any differences. I mean, there's been no change, right? There is no change in circumstances in your case. So what the court should do is take your order from 2021, plug in dates for 2026, and let you start again. And you complete those, but you have to be very specific. You have to be very compliant with the specifics in that court order, right? You can't just say, well, I'm not going to do this one, but I'm going to do that one. And then you're going to find yourself back in a situation where you're not going to comply again. So unless you give me a good reason to do otherwise, I'm going to take that 2021 order and I'm going to plug in 2026 dates, let you follow the court orders to allow you to do graduated visits. And unless you, Mr. Foster or Ms. Holguin, give the court a a good reason and basis to do something different in the future, that's what it's going to be. Do you have any questions for the court, Ms. Holguin?
Yes, I do have a couple questions. In regards to my kids' life here, they've been going to cheer, and my oldest will start CCD every Saturday starting August. How does that play into when he plans on taking them to
You
something?
need to tell him what the schedule is, and you should be, have been doing that anyways. And then he's going to be obligated to take them to their activities, like you do, like a parent.
And then, I do want to request that all talking communication be through a talking parent app.
Any objection to that request?
I don't, as long as you guys let her know what exactly to set up, because
All right, I'm in order that you all use Close app to communicate. So ordered.
just so none of the same toxicity recycles.
And court will have a good information once you start communicating with through, that's a good request and it's not objected to. Any other questions for the court, Ms. Holguin?
Yes, I asked for the pickup to just be me and him, not his mother, not his father, not anybody else. Because we have high conflict
With
people. With the mother, with the father. And my parents, like, they're involved in my kid's life and my life, but they don't communicate with him. Cause I'm the mother, like, it should only be me and him.
Mr. Foster, what response or objection do you have
Your Honor, my mom has,
to only mom and dad picking up?
I'm rejecting it because my mom has done nothing but try to help her. We recently, the last.
But let me ask you this. So I mean, so in the state of Texas, mom has rights, dad has rights,
Yeah.
right? You have the same, both and equal rights under the law. Under what situation and scenario, Mr. Foster? Because you're going to be under the graduated scheduling order. Under what scenario would you say, well, I'm not available, so I'm going to send someone else?
Never.
So then why is it an issue? If
I
it's
don't think
always
that's
going
what
to be
she's
you,
asking. She's asking that she just doesn't come with me.
okay, what is the objection there?
There's really no objection, but my youngest loved her grandma. She looked just like her.
Mr. Foster, the request isn't that grandma, that your mother not visit, not possess, that's not the request. The request is at the point of exchange that it only be you.
Okay,
Once your daughter's in your possession, you know what's in their best interest. And if that's going to see a movie, if that's taking them to a park, if that's taking them to a restaurant, if that's taking them for a visit at grandma's house, then so be it. But at least that would eliminate, number one, any other person that isn't mom and dad, but it also makes you and mom responsible for the pickup. I mean, these are your kids. These are not grandma's kids. These are grandma's grandkids, right? So you as a father and she as a mother should have full and complete responsibility for the pickup and drop off, unless you give me a good reason that you are somehow unavailable.
no.
Well, there it is, right? The request isn't that grandma not visit. The request is grandma not pick up, and that grandma doesn't have the right to pick up under the laws anyways. All right, so there it is. All right. Any other questions, Ms. Willigan?
Yes, I'm so sorry. On my youngest daughter, Alani Foster, he decided not to sign the birth certificate. So I'm asking for him to sign the birth certificate.
But there's a court order making a finding that Mr. Foster is her father, is it not? Yes or no?
Yes,
So what legal effect or consequence or change does it make if he's on the birth certificate or not?
just whenever we get pronounced, his name doesn't come out
When you get pronounced what?
of the birth certificate. Like it shows blank. I submitted a form as well. It just shows nothing.
I guess I'm confused as to the request. So there's a court order that says Mr. Holguin is the father of your two daughters.
Mhm.
Foster.
excuse me, Mr. Foster is the father of your two daughters, right? So there's a legal document that makes a finding, right? It's legal, it's valid, you can use it anywhere. But you're requesting one step further to amend the birth certificate. Tell the court why.
Because the only one that could add his name is him. I cannot add it. It needs to be
Add the
him.
name to, I don't
The birth
understand.
certificate.
Add, the only one that can add Mr. Foster's name to the birth certificate is Mr. Foster?
Yes.
I'm gonna ask him in a moment if he has an objection. I just need to understand the request.
It's just
Why is it you're asking that?
because of printouts. I don't want my daughter to know that he wasn't on the birth certificate. She will eventually have her birth certificate and it doesn't show a father.
Do you have any response or objection, Mr.
Your
Foster?
Honor, as you can tell, it's like a mind game. She uses it.
I'm asking for a legal reason as to,
Do I
do
have an
you-
objection?
yeah.
No, I don't. but-
Okay, well, there it is. So give me a document to sign that orders that Mr. Foster be on the certificate. I will take judicial notice of the court finding that Mr. Foster is the father of these two daughters, and I will cause for the birth certificate to be amended by agreement. So ordered. Look, folks, you're on the same page with regard to the pickup and the drop off and the birth certificate. I understand that this situation is very difficult for each of you. I hate to say this, but you're attached to each other for the rest of your lives and beyond that, right? Because you have two daughters together and your obligation doesn't end when they're 18 as a mother, as a father, as a parent. It doesn't end when they graduate high school. It doesn't end if and when they graduate college. When you die, your estate, everything that you have left, if anything, you still have an obligation and you're going to be tied to your children and tied to each other, right? As parents, we're always going to be nervous and anxious about our children, their well-being. But please don't lose sight of the fact that both of you want the exact same thing. It sounds like, and it's clear to me, that both of you want whatever is in your daughter's best interest. And I understand that sometimes, and what I'm seeing is that sometimes when a request is made, we shut down because there's a lot of emotion. But when you step back and a third person asks, what's the big deal if you pick up? When she says, it's okay for grandma to visit. And you're like, well, yeah, that's okay, right? Now that you've had time to think about it, it's okay. When I ask whether you want to be on the birth certificate, you say it's mind games. I understand. I'm not judging you for it. It's a completely normal and natural reaction to build up defenses. But by agreeing to her request, you recognize that it is in your daughter's best interest because she's going to see your birth certificate and say, that man is my father. So I guess what I'm saying is the nervousness, the anxiety, it's never going to end. We all have it as parents, but at least before you say no to each other, think about number one, what's in the best interest for your daughters? Because number two, it's very likely that you're going to arrive to the same answer inevitably. You just need to let go of some of those emotions. One more thing, and I tell this to many people, and I'll tell this to both of you too. Don't ever believe that I'm judging you as persons. That's not my job here. I don't judge you for what's happened or what you've done or how you react or what your emotions are, but I do judge the facts and the situations in your circumstances, and I take the law, I apply it, and then I give you the result, and that's what I've done here. I've judged the facts in your case. But I think both of you are doing the best you can with the children you have and the nervousness and anxiety that you have and that we all have as parents. I think by communicating through AppClose, it's going to bring your communication a little bit better. All right. I am going to take the orders, create a new order that does grant the modification is going to be the graduated visits beginning at the next period of possession. And the communication through the app. And that
When is the
resolves your
next-
case. And I find that doing all of this is in your daughter's best interest. Mr. Foster, you were gonna say.
When was the next order of possession?
It says that they're to begin on a Saturday from 1 to 3 at Peter Piper Pizza on San Darío. Ms. Flores, give us an orders due date.
Would that be by submission, Your Honor, or? no?
It's ours. So, but yes, by submission, give me that date, whatever date that is. The date that we would normally give out. That's our due date.
That'll be January the 26th at noon by submission.
So I'm going to impose on us, on the court, the imposition to draft these things by January 26th. So the Saturday after that would be Saturday, January 31st. That's the next period of possession. And then you would follow what's in that order. Mr. Foster, do you have any questions for the court?
No, Your Honor, I don't want to make it bigger than it is. I was just wondering why you didn't, what I uploaded into the website wasn't seen.
Because you never made the request. So at some point, when I kept asking, do you have anything else to say? Do you have any other questions? You would have said at that point, I want the court to review X, Y, and Z. I can't just do it
Oh, I thought you did it.
by
Sorry.
osmosis.
I apologize.
No need to apologize. I think we got to a good and right result. Let me ask you this, though, since you brought it up. What, if any, information would you like the court to consider of anything that you filed into case center?
Say that one more time. Sorry.
So you filed stuff.
Mhm.
You brought it up now. So you filed stuff. What information did you file that you want this court to consider?
All the, it's a lot of their rejection. It's a lot of the car stuff. It's mainly that, like her telling me, no, I can't see them. Like, you're not getting them. It's not your weekend. You're not going to see them. And then talk about the car. Like, yeah, that's
So-
what it consists of.
All of this information that you want the court to consider is Ms. Holguin's communications to you, denying you access and more bad communication?
Yes.
I've made a finding that that's already existing.
Right.
So
That's why I
I
want to bring it up. Right.
I understand, and I see it. I believe it, and that's why I've ordered the communication through close. Is there anything else that you want the court to consider?
I think we're on the right track.
I think so too, Mr. Foster. Ms. Holguin, do you have any questions for the court?
Yes, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
He had mentioned that since 2019 to 2023, we were together. That is not the truth. Exact 2022, he hadn't had seen the girls a day out of the year until December.
And this is what I mean, Ms. Holguin, and I'll reiterate to both of you. I hear what you all are saying, and I believe both of you. You know, I believe there's bad communication, and I believe that the visits weren't done, whether you all were living together or not living together. I took time and detail to put together, and at least in my mind, a timeline of events. So I think that that's also true. And based on that, that's why I am giving you the orders that I am. I'm resetting everything so that you can begin fresh, begin communicating, begin possession, but be very careful on both sides. Don't run afoul. Don't break the court orders. Follow them strictly. And if somebody doesn't follow those court orders, file something with the court, and I'd be happy to then listen to see how the court can enforce, and whether it's a fine or it's jail. I certainly don't want that to happen, but you're the folks in the driver's seat. You control your lives, your situations. If you follow the court's orders, I think you're going to do very well. I think your daughters are going to do exceedingly well, but you just need to go through the process. Do you have any other questions, Ms. Holguin?
Yes, in regards to the DUI, he did get arrested because of weed in his system. And I do have concerns with my kids being especially that he did test negative.
How can you have concerns if he tested negative?
I mean, positive, sorry. He tested positive to
Uh,
THC, and he has been arrested for it previously.
When was the date of the arrest?
I was not with him, so I don't know the date of the arrest.
I can't do anything with
I
that. I
did
mean, if it's
submit,
unspecific information,
but since it's not, I don't know. It's from Utah. I
I-
don't know.
was it last month or a year
No,
ago?
it was in 2020.
It's 5 years ago. I mean, I tell you what, in addition to all these things, I'm going to order that no illegal substances be used at all and no alcohol be consumed 24 hours before possession. I'm going to put that into the court orders. Do you have any objection to that, Ms. Holguin?
No, but how would they be able to know?
Do you have any objection, Mr. Foster?
No, Your Honor, and just to clarify that DUI was just a regular DUI. It wasn't drug related. I got a DUI. But
I mean, it's not only a DUI. It's not a good thing.
No, I
That's
understand,
that's
but-
why I'm saying this. So I mean, just be. I'm gonna tell you one more time. I wish you all would pay close attention to what I'm saying and hinge on every word. Follow the court's orders strictly. If the court receives, I don't know the answer to your question. I mean, that's something that but you know what? I tell you what, you're going to tell me by living your life day to day, you're going to come across some situation that gives you reason to file something with the court that says on such and such date, Mr. Foster was seen, whatever. You have to provide the court that information. If he violates the court orders, you come back and you tell the court. Same thing for Mr. Foster. If you don't allow your children to visit with his father, then he's going to have some information. He's going to come back to court. Just follow those directives to the T. No illegal substance use at all from any person. And no one is to drink alcohol 24 hours before possessing the children. Any objection to this, Mr. Foster?
no, Your Honor.
Any objection, Ms. Holguin?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Anything else from any side?
No, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Would we be able to drug test him before he gets the girls?
We just did.
No, like I believe
No,
he did come out positive.
absolutely not. You already got one negative. That's it. You want a second bite at the apple? No. By the way, the court doing that, the reason the court's able to do that is because it has access to instant drug test.
Mhm.
Normally, what would happen is you would make the request. I would ask for an objection. If there is or there isn't, the court would make an order, and then that person would have to go out within a week or two, get drug tested somewhere else. It would take another week or two to get the results. It would take another week or two to come back to court. So by doing all of this today, I've saved you about a month and a half or 2 months. So I'm not going to do this. I mean, you already got one test, you got one bite, and by the way, it was mutual. Anytime there's an allegation, I do it. What's good for one, it's good for both, and y'all know the results. Any other questions, Ms. Holguin?
In regards to the visitation, because it is over 100 miles, how would that look?
So just refer back to the 2021 order. It's going to be the exact same thing in 2025 going forward. So the answer to your question are in that 2021 orders, just in your mind, plug in 2026, and that's what they are. Anything else, Ms. Holguin?
Yes, it does say once a month, but I wanted to see if, like would the pickup be from him and here, and he would bring them back here? Or
What
how
does the
that
court
work?
order say?
We didn't get that far because he lived in Utah.
No, but what does it say? You're the one that's requesting a modification. Tell the court what that court order says and how it should be modified.
Well, I think it should be modified to where.
What does it say?
It says the parents who reside over 100 miles, Richard Foster shall have the right to possession the child on the weekends throughout the year, beginning at 6 p.m. the first, third, and fifth Friday of each.
What page are you reading?
Page. Oh, that's less. I'm sorry.
Right.
Over 100 miles, Richard Foster shall have the right to position not more than one weekend per month, 6 p.m. on the day the school releases for the weekend. And then. You would have to drop them off 6 p.m. the day before school resumes.
So what is it about that court order that you want changed?
I just want to clarify, clarity.
Which portion is not clear?
That he will be the one to pick them up and drop them off and take
Well,
them.
I think I've clarified that today. That's okay, but I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. Anything else that you're asking for a modification or a change to?
Just that he take the kids to cheer on Friday. They go on Saturday and eventually CCD on Saturday morning as well.
Mr. Foster, where do you reside?
In the northeast side of San Antonio, by the airport.
To figure it out, it's according to that order, once he gets through the graduated possession schedule, it's 1 weekend a month. He can visit with them here or wherever he wants. Obviously, give him the schedule, but I'm not going to order that he stay here. This is 1 weekend, and he can rent a hotel and stay with him here and take them, or he can visit with them in San Antonio. Or, he's the father. All right. Anything else?
Yeah, I just don't understand why I've been denied if that's what she's reading off. Like, I've been here
Well,
for
but so
2-3 months. and
we're
she's
getting
been denied.
getting past that because I've already made quarter. Does anybody have any new information? New questions?
I have a new question. In regards to the supervised visits, it is saying for me to designate somebody, but I wouldn't have anybody to designate. Would we find a mutual, I mean, not, maybe a professional?
Where does it say another person?
Let me put this down.
Sure. It doesn't say, I don't think it says what you think it says. On page 18, the 2 initial visits, and those are the only supervised, the 2 initial visits shall be by the obligee or a representative designated by you. So it's you or someone you designate.
But that was like prior to it being more escalated. I don't, also I could choose a professional. Is that what you're saying?
Well, it can be you or someone you designate.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, no, I think it is perfect. So, all right. Any new questions, new information? All right. Mr. Foster, Ms. Holguin, Ms. Flores, does the court have each and both email addresses?
One question.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so you should be given electronic notice of when that order is filed. If not, you can request a true and correct copy from the clerk's office. Mr. Foster.
How many until I graduate?
Have you just review the court order?
Okay.
All right. So
I have one last question, sir. In regards to the summer vacation, it says that he should take them for a month. Would we be able to do 2 weeks in June and 2 weeks in July?
only if you agree. If you don't agree, you follow the court order.
Just because I know he does work, I don't know where the kids would be staying for an entire month.
I don't know either. I think you should communicate with AppClose and see what agreements you reach, and you follow the court orders. And if you don't agree, then you come back to court and let me know. But talk to each other before you presume that it's not agreed to, or that you can't reach an agreement.
She's just worried about the oldest birthday.
Well, but there's provisions in there. There will be
Yeah.
provisions in there. All right. Mr. Foster, Ms. Holguin, I wish you both well. Have a good day. You're excused.
Thank you.
Ms. Flores, have all cases been called on today's docket?
Yes, Your Honor.
This now concludes this docket held in person and by video conference at Webb County Court of Law 2 for Wednesday, January 27, 2026. The court continues to embrace the latest technology to provide safe and uninterrupted access to justice without delay. Today's docket was made possible by the appearance of counsel and parties and by the assistance, diligence, and preparation of the Webb County Court of Law 2 staff and the employees of Webb County providing judicial support to the court. The court wishes everyone a good day. Be safe.